Gentlemen, we are in here, ready to do the late night tap in. How y'all doing this weekend? I hope you had a good weekend so far. Welcome everybody to the room. Glad you guys are in here. Hope you are planning to have a great weekend with you and your family. And I hope you've had a great week so far. Hope your jobs hadn't stressed you out so much. Hope you guys are being productive. Just doing a quick tap in, check in on the family. How's everybody doing to make sure you guys are good? Just want to do a little wellness check on everybody to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. What's up, Afro Elite? What's up, D? What's up, Grinds? Um, Still working on the movie. We're working hard on the movie microphone check right now. While we got the crowdfunding campaign going, we're working on the film diligently. And I got to thank everybody for participating in the crowdfunding. We got 7 days to go. We're at 118. We're trying to get to 180. So we got 7 days to get to 180. We can do that. Just got to get everybody involved and let's make it happen so we can get history going. What's up, Nikki the God? But a few things. I'm going to get some calls in a minute. Shout out to everybody at No Jumper. I did No Jumper again today. This time we had Adam in there. It was Whack 100. Shout out to Whack. And the Hebrew Israelite brother, Captain Tazariak, real good brother too. We had a real good conversation. We were chopping it up and just bringing a different energy to that platform because that platform a lot of times has a lot of ratchetness going on. So the energy, and shout out to Whack. Whack wanted to bring in a different kind of energy so that the audience can see black men talking intelligently about some stuff. So it's a great episode. So it should be out in a week or so. And we had some real good, respectful combo. Grown men talk. Oh yeah, no, and I checked Adam on a couple of things. So yeah, don't trip. Yeah, because Adam has said a few things, and I definitely hollered at him. So y'all, you guys are going to enjoy that episode. But the brother, Captain Tazariak, real solid brother. He's a Hebrew Israelite, and he was breaking some of that stuff down. Real bright brother too, man. A lot of respect for that guy. Real solid dude. It was a real good pleasure chopping it up with that brother, man. And that's what I like, man. I like to be around brothers, man. Brothers and sisters who are they got a certain level of consciousness that they're trying to raise. And, he brought some solid brothers with him. And I like that kind of energy. I like positive, constructive, intelligent folks where we can sit around and just chop it up and build. You dig? Everybody's building. And that's why, I've been really thinking about us going back out there to DC to really build. Ever since I put the bug out that I'm thinking about it, a lot of people are hitting me up like, man, we need to do it. We need to do it. And again, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. I do know it's needed. We need to have a lot of us like-minded people just networking with each other, all getting on code, all being codified about our political agenda, our social agenda, our cultural agenda. You did, because I always put I put these things in the context of culture. When we show up to some certain places, my main objective is to get our culture intact, to celebrate our culture, because once the culture is celebrated and understood, everything else is going to fall into place. The political aspect, the economic aspect, once we understand what our culture is, because that's one of the key ingredients, the culture gets you codified. We got to be on code. Well, one thing that helps the code is the culture, understanding what your culture is. You see, so many people come to us, especially in the political realm, trying to dictate to us what our culture should be. They're always telling us what coalition we should be a part of and what group we should belong to. We're always getting named by different people. Well, you guys, black people, we're all a part of a minority coalition. That's an outside force telling us that. Well, you guys are part of a black and brown coalition. These are outsiders telling us this stuff. We didn't come up with that. That was brought to us, that whole black and brown and minority. And right now, they're doing another thing because it's political season now. And we're seeing this a lot in Chicago. And I see this as a talking point that's being pushed down because I've heard it more than once. They keep trying to compare us to immigrants. They keep trying to make it seem like foundational black Americans who went to the North and went to Chicago are immigrants because we left the South for some jobs up in Chicago and New York and places like that. So we're immigrants too. No, that's a disrespectful ass narrative that we got to shut down immediately. I just saw a clip where they were talking in Chicago about all those migrants up there, those illegal immigrants up there, and they were giving some kind of speech and they kept trying to tie us in, and they were like, well, Chicago was founded by a Haitian immigrant, DeSable, and a lot of other people migrated up there for better opportunity. They immigrated from the South. They keep using that term. Man, we moved around our own country in order to take advantage of the economic opportunities that our tax dollars supported, plus our tax dollars circulate all over this country. We're under the constitution of this country, meaning we should be able to move around freely in a country that not only we built, but we fought to gain citizenship for. So that's way different from a damn migrant group coming and leaving their government and joining a new constitution and pledging allegiance to a whole new entity. That's totally different. We're not that. I don't like being compared to that because we didn't flee. Bottom line, we didn't flee nowhere. We had to stand 10 toes down and fight for every right we got. We had to fight for the rights in the North. We didn't escape anything. Don't ever let no family, if y'all ever let anybody start talking that y'all immigrants too bullshit, shut that down. That's a major, major disrespect. We didn't flee. Don't compare me to no fleer, and no disrespect to the non-FBA people in here. I'm not trying to diss y'all. I'm really not. But they know good and well we're built different. We're not, that's not us. We didn't do that. We didn't do that because we didn't go anywhere that was safer for us, or we didn't go anywhere that somebody was protecting us. Who the hell was protecting us in the northern cities? Some of the biggest race riots happened in the northern cities. We had to go out here and put in work ourselves. Nobody protected us. And going back to that whole Chicago was founded by the Haitian immigrant thing, and that narrative has been around for a long time. And I bought into it for a minute about the Sable being a Haitian immigrant. And when we really look at that, truth be told, there's no definitive proof that he was actually Haitian. They just assumed that he was Haitian because his last name was French. But there were a lot of black people who had French surnames in St. Louis and in Louisiana, places like that. So there's not really proof that he came from Haiti. You understand? There's not really proof, hardcore proof on that. But I digress. I digress. But again, us understanding and us defining what our culture is very, very important. It's very important for us to do that. Because, see, that's power. When we dictate what our culture is, we dictate what the code should be. We dictate what our political agenda is going to be. We dictate what our educational components are going to be. So this is why we've been getting on code as far as a lot of this stuff for a long time, for the last few years. And this is why they're so shook. This is why they had to come up with the whole critical race theory stuff to justify taking our history out of the school books and out of the schools, because we are getting codified. So now they're trying to do counter moves to combat that. And we have to stay on our square about that. By the way, they said that that killer, that Robert Card guy, whatever his name is, who massacred all those people. They said they found him. They said they found him with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So it took them what 3 days to find a dead guy. Or are they that incompetent? Is that what they're trying to say? The guy was dead. And they couldn't find a dead dude. You got all that manpower, and the dude's just allegedly laying there, and y'all couldn't find him. Y'all couldn't look at surveillance. See, the thing is, family, with this whole thing, I think that guy was being held by law enforcement. And I talked about that before. I think the guy was held by law enforcement. Another thing, he wrote some kind of letter or some kind of manifesto. Notice they don't never release them joints no more. You notice they don't like releasing these dudes' manifestos now. That will tell you exactly where they got their ideologies from, exactly who radicalized them. You see, they don't want to release that stuff no more. They keep it under wraps. That lets you know these are not lone wolves. These people are writing manifestos, letting folks know, hey, listen, I listen to Fox News, buddy. I love Tucker Carlson, man. I I love Candace Owens. I mean, remember the New Zealand shooter? Y'all remember him? He wrote a manifesto, and because it was overseas, they went on and released it. They're like, damn that, let's get the sensationalized headlines. They released this manifesto. He was naming everybody. He named Candace. Oh, I love Candace Owens. He was naming all the white supremacists and the white supremacist sympathizers. Yeah. And he was throwing up the white supremacist hand signal. So this guy out there in Maine, I'm pretty sure this some of his manifesto is 4chanish. I'm pretty sure that he listens to the usual suspects to get radicalized. But see, they want to play games with these damn white supremacists, and that encourages more of them. The fact that they sit up here and coddle these dudes and give them excuses, that sets up the next serial killer or mass killer. That sets up the next one, because when these sickos are out here getting radicalized on 4chan and all these other places, if they go out here and commit some kind of heinous act, there's not going to be too much of a negative stigma for them. See, one thing that would discourage somebody pulling off an act like this is the stigma that's going to come behind it. The stigma is going to leave on your kids. Your kids are going to be targeted. Will your family be targeted? And these white supremacists know, hell, my family is not only not going to be targeted, the media and the court system, they're going to be sympathetic to me. I know as a white supremacist, these people are going to say that I have mental illness, which is what they've been saying about this guy who shot all those people in Maine. They ran with the mental illness thing. So when you do that, that's babyfying. That's coddling these damn killers. That's setting up the next one, because they're now, when you sit up and say that this guy was mentally unstable, what you're saying is that he wasn't really responsible for what he did. So we can be a little sympathetic for him. That's why a lot of these mass killers don't even go to trial. They deem them mentally incapable for standing trial. But again, it was a black special needs kid down in Florida, was in a special needs class, and he put hands on one of his teachers because the teacher wouldn't give him a video game, and now they got him in jail with $1 million bond in Florida. And they were like, "Yep, this nigga he got good sense. I don't give a damn if he was in a special class and a special needs class. In court, he got sense enough to go to trial." Just ass backwards. It's not ass backwards. It's white supremacy. I won't even say ass backwards. That's white supremacy is doing what white supremacy do. It's a system of double standards. And they know that. They know that it's a double standard. And they try to pretend that they don't know. That's what makes the system work. Them knowing that there is a double standard, and they benefit from the double standard. They get a psychological benefit. See, that's how you keep everybody on the white supremacist treadmill. Let them know in blatant terms, you will be treated better than that group. Even if you do worse, you'll still be treated better than that group. See, that's messaging that's being sent out there. That keeps everybody on the white supremacist code. That's why don't nobody really want to buck the system. They benefit from that. They benefit from it, and they know that. There's a suspected white supremacist who, that MMA fighter, Jake Shields, he's a suspected white supremacist. He says a lot of real racist, anti-black stuff. This dude, we're rent-free on this man's brain all the time, Jake Shields. He's a suspect. Not saying that he is a white supremacist, but many people suspect that he could be. But he's very vocal about a lot of anti-black racism that he seems to harbor. Now, this guy was in a fight with Tyron something. Is an MMA fighter, is a black MMA fighter. And this guy, Jake Shields, hasn't fought too many black MMA fighters, but I know he fought Tyron something. I can't think of Tyron's last name. But Tyron was putting the brakes on, and I hope I'm saying his first name right. But the black fighter was putting work on dude, but they went the distance. Nobody knocked the other out, so they went the distance. But the brother was handling this dude. The brother was putting them things on him. And at the end of the fight, because they went the distance, boom, they gave it to the white boy. They gave it to Jake. And he understands that he knew he didn't win that fight, but he knows that his white privilege is there. And if you go to distance with a white supremacist in a system of white supremacy, even if you win, just going the distance, they're going to let them win by default. I remember the Floyd Mayweather fight when he fought McGregor. Now, Floyd beat the brakes off McGregor. And I was up there in Vegas. You had these people, these suspected white supremacists running around acting like McGregor won simply because he kind of went somewhat of the distance with Floyd. Floyd didn't take him out in the first few rounds, so they went a few rounds before McGregor lost. But just the fact that he kind of stayed in the fight for a few rounds, they look at that as a win in white supremacist culture because they grade by a curve. They know our innate talent. They know the talent that we have. They know that. So they grade by a curve. Very interesting dynamic. If you go the distance with a white supremacist, you're going to lose by default. You got to knock them out. If you don't knock them out, and I'm saying proverbially, all right, proverbially, I'm not talking about literally, but in a boxing match, literally, if you don't knock them out, they're going to let them win by default. You know? So we got to understand the kind of system that we're in, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who we got in here? We got a lot of folks in here. Let's get some folks on the line. We got somebody in here called Hip Hop Purist. How pure of a hip hopper are you, ma'am? I see you down there. I see you, Hip Hop Purist. Wait, she got the hell out of it. When I said that, Hip Hop Purist got up out of here real fast. Uh-oh. When I said that, that person bounced. Uh-oh. It must have been a dude catfishing. Y'all dudes need to stop that. And you know who does that? Who these dudes be pretending to be women online, or they have a woman's profile. Y'all tethers be doing that. Y'all really got to stop that. All right, hold on. Let's get hip hop. Miss Hip Hop Purist came back. Hip Hop Purist, hop on. Let's see if you're a dude or not.
Don't do me, Tariq. I am
Okay.
not a dude. I am
Okay.
not a dude.
Uh,
Hello.
I'm just double checking. I'm double checking. I didn't know if you were a tether over there trying to get some catfish money out of niggas.
No, I'm not.
Now, what kind of hip hop purist are you?
What do you mean? What kind? The
Uh,
authentic kind.
uh,
I rock with real music.
okay. Well, you say hip hop purist. I mean, is it modern hip hop? What the Lil Bow Wow?
No,
Who the fuck you listen
you
to?
know where this came from? This is a playoff of a while ago, a couple years ago, when the Drake interview. It was like the interview with LeBron. He had released it, and he was talking about how he was categorizing like people who were hating on him as hip hop purists. And so I kind of took the name and I ran with it. It wasn't even like on no hating on Drake shit, just You know, like I listen to a lot of music critiquing, and a lot of the newer artists nowadays, they can't really take that critique. So that's why I just kind of ran
Right.
with it.
Okay. What city you in, dear? Where you living?
So I am from Chicago, but I live in Cali and Long Beach. I've been out here for about 8 or 9 years.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. How you like California?
I love it here. I love it here. I still miss home, but you know, Cali's
Hmm.
treating me well. So
Good. Are you dating a Mexican down there in Long Beach?
Jesus, why do everybody say that? No,
Right.
I'm
A
not.
lot of them down there. Shit. All right, just asking.
I'm not.
A lot of the brothers that moved out.
I
Yeah, a lot
know.
of the brothers that moved.
I do have to look
So
far and wide to find brothers, but no, I'm for the black men.
good. There you go. There you go, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, beloved.
Thanks for talking.
Hmm. I had to ask. I had to ask. Long Beach has changed. I used to have a couple of honey dips out there in Long Beach. Some fine, some strong in the face. I've talked about that before. I had a strong face chick out in Long Beach a long time ago. Had a couple of dimes out there, a couple of baddies, some bad 90s dimes. Them 90s dimes hit different. The 90s women, man, let me tell you something. Them 90s dimes, the women from around 91 to 96, it was something different. Hitting. Oh, my wife done popped up. I'm on my thing. I'm on live right now. We're talking about uh, Christian values. Uh, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, let me get some more calls in. Hold on. Let's get let me see. Let's get conservative Chris in here. Conservative Chris. Well, yeah, conservative Chris. Let's get the microphone on, conservative Chris.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, conservative Chris. How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good, brother. What is on your mind, sir?
Okay, I was listening to you. I'm glad you were on. It was good entertainment. I just heard you mention white supremacy a few times, and I noticed that white
Yeah,
people. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm agreeing. Yes, I
Okay,
have said that.
and I noticed that white people don't really mention black supremacy too much, and I wanted to know is white supremacy a real thing?
Well, according to them, they're the ones who created the term and the concept and the ideology and the military protection of white supremacy. So, yes, it is a very real thing. You said black supremacy. Um, by definition, you can't have two supremes. So, supreme by definition means end all, be all, the zenith, the pinnacle, none higher. um, there cannot logically be black supremacy under a system of white supremacy, right?
Uh, yeah, I mean, you're leading right into my point. Is there any other supremacy in the world besides white supremacy?
If there is, name it.
Oh no, I don't believe that there is. But
Okay, no, it's not. It's not. It's not.
no, the thing is, so by that logic, we would have to conclude that white people are superior. Is that correct?
They're in a superior position, right?
Of what?
Of us. They have complete control over non white people all over the planet. They are in a superior position, right?
Well, what I've noticed in my perspective is that they don't really have the people that they so-called have control over are the people that don't have control over themselves. So it's
Okay, okay. Let's through now. Who has control over themselves, and they're not controlled by the white supremacist?
I would say first thing that come to my mind is Jewish people.
You mean the ones that had a Holocaust?
Yeah, the ones that receive reparations for the Holocaust.
Right. but there was a Holocaust where white supremacists killed millions of them.
Okay.
And that's white
What's your
supremacy right there.
but what's the point? I mean, it's like a war. I mean, but they obviously came out all right after that. Their culture, I mean, they weren't diminished as a people because of that.
That kind of put a stain on them, and they had to make they had to make right. The government of Germany, they had to do the right thing because there was a world war. But yeah, they were dominated by the white supremacists to the point where the white supremacists killed millions of them and stigmatized them. That's the proof of white supremacy,
No,
right?
I believe your question was a group of people that are not affected by white supremacy. And if you meant by never having an encounter, yeah, that's one thing. But I don't believe that they're negatively affected. I don't believe that the Chinese man is negatively affected to a point where he's being where he's whining in regards to white people uh in the way that we do, or even
You mean
mentioning the
part of
phrase white supremacy.
you mean the part that of you mean the China that was partially controlled by Britain and colonized by Britain for a minute? That China?
Yeah, that eventually overcame that situation and is
Right,
now is a formidable
right,
threat and a
right.
superpower.
And they got warships over there off the coast of China now, putting them in check, letting them know y'all better not get out of line. That China?
Yeah, but I mean, there's the white man. He is a warrior, right? We know that he has. But the point of what I'm attempting
But
to go
let's
ahead.
back it up. Come on. You're
Okay.
talking about people that's been colonized by white supremacy. And the Chinese, they're dependent on the white supremacist economic system. See, they'll colonize you physically. And once they're done colonizing you physically, which they can still do, they'll flip it and make it seem like, well, you're independent now, but now we colonize you economically. So you're dependent upon the economic system that the white supremacists created. So they still dominate them. There was a saying in the United States that you don't have a Chinaman's chance in hell. That's how dominated they were. Now the white supremacists will throw you a bone and give you a little leeway and kind of prop you up to do the bidding for them. So they'll prop up China so that China can do cheap labor for the US and other Western powers. So they'll prop you up enough, just enough so that you can do the cheap labor. But they're still under the system of white supremacy, right?
I believe that they're in competition for global power, and then they go through negative situations with a person that is more competitive and successful than them in that endeavor at times. But no, I don't believe that they look at the white supremacy or speak about it or feel about it in the way that we as people do in America.
Right. Right. And that's why they get dominated the way they do to the point where they have to flee. That's why there's so many Asians who have to flee certain Asian countries because they get dominated over there and they don't really want to face what the real issue is. And what happens is they end up identifying with their oppressors. See? Because
On a base level, oh, go ahead.
because white supremacy has done a psychological job on a lot of people. They've been destroyed by white supremacy psychologically, where they start trying to identify as being white. You see? So they've
Yeah, I
been
mean, oh,
dominated. But we
on a
haven't.
base level, it's like they're fleeing, right? But in the art of war, they're assimilating. It just depends on how you look at it. And I definitely don't think that Chinese people are a fleeing people or a surrendering people. I believe, if anything, it's a possibility that they're assimilating and what you consider it's called mirroring, right? So yeah, there's another perspective to look at that in the quest
That's
for global
that's
domination.
that's a splaining way of fleeing, brother. That's a splaining way of fleeing. That's trying to make fleeing sound somehow honorable.
No,
there's a sir, there's a reason why there's a bunch of Chinatowns over here. They were fleeing. A lot of them had to flee. They were fleeing over here to the West Coast majorly after we built the country for them to flee to. And they were taking advantages of the opportunities that were fought for by foundational Black Americans. They benefited from that, sir.
and they're fleeing to Africa and Jamaica and all these other countries as well. They're just fleeing all across. Is this fleeing or is this colonization?
Now that's a part of
Because
colonization. They're colonizing
well,
some of these now.
yeah, it's just that our perspective as Black people, we're too weak-minded in the sense that we think that everybody's fleeing from the white man, and it's
Well,
not like that. And we're
yeah,
the
they
most we advocate white supremacy more than any other people on this planet.
how so?
We talk about it constantly. It's to a point where it's like if I question you about it, you're like, well, no, Black supremacy can't exist with white supremacy. It's like why can't it? It's
Mm.
like the mindset is already. That's why we're in the situation we're in. We have put them people on way too much on a pedestal, higher than they put themselves. I hardly hear even white people discuss white supremacy. I don't even hear
Well,
them say that phrase.
they don't say
We
it
say
anymore.
it.
They don't say it anymore because white supremacy is the law of the land. So you don't have to specify what's already normalized. But we have to say it to let people know exactly what it is. It's not a coincidence that certain situations all the time end up with the same circumstance based on race. It's not a coincidence that white supremacists mass shooters can go out here every other week and kill a bunch of people and the white media is going to be sympathetic towards them, or if a Black person take something out of a store, all of a sudden the whole Black community is the worst thing ever. There's a reason for that. It's called white supremacy. You understand? That's all it is, right?
I mean, they don't have to say the N word either. I mean, we take over that for them. They don't have to say white supremacy because we're out there preaching white supremacy. And at the end of the day, it's really not necessary. It's like if you really look at their situation, it seems like they're having difficulty maintaining their own political campaigns that they got going on, or whatever ideology that they've been attempting to spread to everybody else. They're having a difficult time. This is a
Now,
time for us to stop. Go
what
ahead.
difficult are they having, sir? What difficult time are they having?
I mean, with their own political, Democratic, Republican, left, right, gay, straight, you know.
They're they're not having any difficulties, man. They're perfectly fine. All they're trying to do is maintain the power that they have. It's all about maintenance for them to keep the status quo, and you keep the status quo, your whiteness is based on your proximity away from Blackness. It's always judged by how bad Black people are being treated. That's how whiteness is judged in this country. And if Black people get just an inch, there's a problem that they have to go on alert and rectify by snatching those so-called gains away from us. That's been their whole play. That's correct or not correct, sir? Which one is it?
I think if we have the luxury to sit on the internet and discuss our enemies and
Uh-huh.
say whatever we want to say, I don't think that we're in such a bad situation to a point where we can consider them superiors or
Sir,
even, talk like
sir,
that.
sir, me and several people in this room right now, some of us have been visited by the FBI several times based on things we talk about. That's called superiority. I get visits by them every other damn month. If something happens with anybody Black, they're coming over here asking me questions. Any Black person with any kind of influence, when you start making a difference, that's when you'll start getting the visits. If it's just a Black person on a corner or a Black person in a room, just kind of barking and talking crazy and yelling F the cracker, let's go back to Africa, they like that. They like the kufi wearing ultra hotep Negro that's babbling about going back to Africa and the cracker ain't shit. They love that because they know that nigga is not a threat. When we do what we're doing now, when we're talking intelligently, and then we are organizing, and we're organizing lots of money, and we're organizing lots of people to show up by the thousands in certain places to get on code, that's the problem. That's why we got a whole bunch of ops in here. We got ops circling around us all the time. So yeah, the threat is there. We're the only person, well, we're the only group that has had a COINTELPRO program placed on them in this country. No other group had a COINTELPRO program that's still active, by the way, where the federal government has made a memo saying we cannot have any black messiahs out here. We can't have any prominent black leadership leading black people. We have to infiltrate them at all cost. We have to stop the rise of a black person that other black people are going to listen to. No other group has had that, sir. And they put this on paper. This was something that they had written down in documents. So this was 50 years ago when they got caught. See, they didn't reveal that. They got caught with the COINTELPRO papers. So just imagine what's out here now and the propaganda that they have now against us that we don't know about. It's all white supremacy, sir. And talking about it, that's how we replace the system of white supremacy with the system of justice. Shouldn't we replace the system of white supremacy, sir?
Uh, yeah, I think we should change our situation. I don't think white
Okay.
supremacy exists.
Okay. So what's our situation?
Our situation is that we are terrified, most of us, of an invisible racist boogeyman that we can't see.
Now, why are we?
Something
Why are
that
we? Okay, why are we so terrified because of that? What is it about us that makes us scared of a boogeyman that doesn't exist?
most of our charismatic black leaders have convinced us to be.
Okay, then why are black people so susceptible to believing something that's not true? If it's not true, why are so many black people believing it?
Because if you talk to us with humor and rhythm, we fall for you.
So black people are dumb.
We like to. I believe that we like to be entertained a little bit more than the average person, and we like laughter and dance. So
Okay, so
that
why are
gets our attention.
okay, so you're saying that black people black people are dumb. That's what you're saying. If black people are dumb, why are we so dumb?
That's an interesting way to put it. I wouldn't like to say dumb, but Tariq, yeah, we definitely have a situation where we're not able to compete on a dominance level with the so-called white man on this
And
in this country.
why not?
We're not equipped mentally. I don't think we never will. I think we black people seek more harmony, and we're not willing to go the extra lengths for what it would actually take to be in power.
What would it take?
It would take a lot less being entertained. It would take a lot
No,
less
I didn't,
dancing. That's
I
why
didn't say
that's
what
why
it
our
would.
enemy
No,
that's why
no,
our
no.
enemy can't dance that well.
I didn't say what it wouldn't take because that's a negative. It wouldn't take putting duck sauce on your nipples. There's a gazillion wouldn'ts. I'm saying what would it take? What's the proactive thing? What would it take for us to
We would have to attempt as a whole, the majority of us, to submit under God, or a different way of putting it, to behave civilized, more
so
civilized than we have been.
submit under God? So black people are some of the most religious people in the world. How's that working?
We've changed. Our people in the past have been, but this generation that we go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. If the people in the past were very religious, why were they going through damn hell with white supremacy?
I believe that they fought against white supremacy, so-called white supremacy, and prevailed a lot more than this generation. They had a lot more independence and businesses and the ability to make progressive change than we are now. We're kind of stuck on a treadmill, this generation.
Mm. And what would get us off that treadmill? Because the churches are still there. We're still godly people. So what are you saying? Where are these godless black people?
I don't know if the churches on the corners quantify what I'm saying. Maybe yeah, that's one thing, but you have to have intelligence within your, your theology. So some of that stuff needs to be cleaned up.
So
But
so
yeah,
there's churches, but
go
we're
ahead.
too dumb to understand God. I mean, I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying, sir?
Yeah, I mean, it
Because
says that
still
our
got
people
churches,
perish for a lack of knowledge. I don't.
but
You
we
want to say dumb? I mean, you're already saying the white people are superior. So I mean, if you want to say we're dumb too, yeah, okay, yeah, the black people are dumber than the rest of the people on the planet, and that's the reason we've been in a situation that we can't get out of. That's why everybody else can get their reparations except us. That's why we can sit amongst each other and not build for hundreds of years. Yeah, I mean, is that the word dumb? I don't know. Maybe cursed. I don't know what the word is.
now who didn't build for hundreds of years? What do you mean we didn't build? We had to. We're the only group that had to build and then rebuild over and over again because everything we built has been sabotaged by the white supremacists. So what didn't we
And that
build?
and that's the thing is that we as a people are so looking for like some type of friendship. If a people have you and they lynched your people and they've raped your people and they've stolen from you, they don't expect for you to. You expect them to think that you're going to just build on their land and sit next to them and build an infrastructure and get strong after they've done all that to you. It's one thing about white supremacy, but it's also another thing about common sense.
Oh,
And
okay.
we're
So
unwanted. Go,
build it. So
go
where
ahead.
are you going to build? What's not their land?
Well, if we could, I know you're against Africa, but the other nations of the world
Against?
are
Wait,
pillaging Africa. And go ahead.
against? What do you mean against? You know I'm against Africa. What does that mean? What do you mean I'm against Africa? Against Africa how?
I mean, when
I'm not.
it's mentioned, go
What the
ahead.
fuck does
I'm
I'm?
sorry.
What does that mean? I'm against Africa. What does that mean?
That wasn't the totality of my sentence. What I was saying is in the sense of having a partnership or not being alienated from the idea of doing business or going back and forth or even living there or
That-
migrating there.
Me? That's them. They haven't invited us back over. Don't say I'm against Africa. I went to Africa all over asking for dual citizenship. They were like, they weren't interested
I
in that. Don't put the shit on me. I've been over there, sir. I've been all over there trying to get dual
I mean,
citizenship, but nobody was biting. They ain't trying to reach out to us for that. They're
we
not
weren't
inviting us.
invited here either, brother. We weren't invited here.
We built this.
You
This
know,
is our homeland. This is what no. We didn't this is our homeland. We built this. We
we
built the
were
United
given orders to do
Dude.
a job
Huh?
for a group of people. I mean, we
We
we can say we built it,
we
but we
did.
were given orders.
Sir, we were given orders and we used our own ingenuity. We were coming up with our own ideologies and our own ingenuity to get this thing built. The white supremacists didn't do it. We can say we got orders. They didn't do it, sir. They tried over and over again on their own and failed. They couldn't build this nation.
So why
Do
didn't
you
we have an America and Africa then if they couldn't build it? Is America more similar to English architecture or is it more similar to African architecture?
well, sir, I don't know what that has
That's
to
a good
do.
question, right?
Not really.
Because you're saying that our ingenuity they were
because
failing.
Africa
Go
has
ahead.
been colonized and recolonized so many damn times within the last 500 years. That's a moot question at this point. Africa has been colonized and remixed so many times and pillaged by so many different people, and they just haven't had the ability to start over and get things popping, and they're still being colonized. But we had an ethnogenesis. We're a whole new ethnic group over here. So if you want to talk about the African infrastructure, you ask them. But over here, the culture of America was created by foundational Black Americans. We created the culture of America. You understand?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just reiterating the point that the buildings and the architecture in America is similar to England, right? So either the slaves knew English architecture already, or they were given orders to do things a specific way. Okay, that's just one point. And what culture did we create in America?
Sir, the food, the music, the a lot of the bridges, a lot of the architecture we actually created here. A lot of the early architects were us. We were building these early homes. Sir, just the energy of this country, certain things within the household, there's 50,000 patents that we have as foundational Black Americans. And this is when we were allowed to have patents. Because when we were enslaved, we couldn't even get patents, and we were creating so much stuff then. We've created so many things. Things as far as the liquor industry, a lot of that comes out of what we did. A lot of the foods, a lot of the styles, a lot of the clothing, a lot of things that we've created here. The culture here is foundational Black Americans. We're the soul of the culture, right?
Yes, we definitely have scientists, we have inventors, we have great leaders. But when we talk about actual culture, even if we mention fashion, the fashion that we're wearing white people clothing in a certain way. And we say that, well, that's our style, but we don't really manufacture the clothing or promote that as the most desired to attain. We don't in our music, in our culture, we don't reflect on our own people's designer wear as the high end, right? We always reflect as our enemies as the higher end or the higher luxury item. So our music comes from our enemy and Jews that control it. Like I seen
How?
the
How?
documentary, huh?
Well, how? How does our music come from the enemy? How? When
Because I
music,
was thinking about, go ahead, I'm sorry.
because our music has always been a response against what the dominant society has done. When we had the blues, that was a response from what they were doing. We had to create our own thing. A lot of the gospel songs that we created, we didn't get from them. We were using messages in our gospel music. We were sending codes. You understand? It was an antithesis to what they were doing. Even with hip hop culture, that was something that we were doing in spite of what the dominant white society was doing. In fact, what makes hip hop culture what it is the black power element of it. You understand? It was anti white supremacy by definition. So I don't know where you're getting this. We got this stuff from them. How?
Because even with hip hop, you say like who started hip hop, and then the Puerto Ricans can argue the blacks, right? And then the Caribbeans can argue the Puerto Ricans. But at the same time, the person who's not saying anything, the person say, hey, the one that really created hip hop is the Jew, the one who sat and did the paperwork and actually trademarked it and distributed it and
No, they
actually
didn't.
had legal binding to it. That's who invented hip hop. We're all
No,
employees of hip hop. Black people
no,
are the number one employee of the month for hip hop. But
no, they're
that's
not.
what we have going on.
No, we don't. They don't control hip hop. They control the record industry. The record industry isn't the totality of hip hop. That ain't true. Well, everything you said was untrue. You can't patent hip hop. You understand? They can't stop
Oh, you
me and
definitely can patent hip hop.
No, you can't. You can patent a record, you can patent the recording industry, but nothing is going to stop. If I want to have a hip hop party right now in a park, I can get a microphone and tell 2,000 people to show up and let's get some rappers, and that's hip hop right there, and nobody can control it. That's what hip hop is. It moved to the record industry a decade after it was created, sir. You're talking about the record industry. Now, that's a whole different animal, but the record industry itself isn't hip hop. That's not the totality of it. In fact, many people say that once the record industry got involved, hip hop started going downhill. When we were controlling hip hop, it was in its pure form. That's why a lot of the people who started it for real, that's why there's still legends today. The people who did it before it got on wax, these people can still go on tour and they go around and they get the same respect even to this day. Hip hop is our thing. It's anti-white supremacy. That's why they can't control hip hop. They can control the record industry, but they can't control the culture because we can morph and do different things. That's why we have rap battles. They don't control that. We can do certain things with hip hop that they can't control because that's our culture. But go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand. You're looking at hip hop as a spiritual aspect of it, but I'm looking at it from a tangible aspect
I'm
because
from
when
a
you,
cultural aspect, from a cultural aspect and a tangible aspect. Because look, if I say, hey, I want to have a hip hop party at my house and I'm gonna charge $50 for everybody to come in, bam, that's tangible. So we can do anything we want with hip hop. That's our culture. But when we get into the record industry, that's a different animal. Now, other people control that. And that's why hip hop is that you see on the radio and hip hop that you see in videos has nothing to do with what the real spirit of hip hop is.
yeah, I mean, you can say, hey, charge $50, but if you say, hey, come to my house, I have a rapper, I'm charging $1,000 to get in. They're not going to be interested in the spirit of hip hop unless it's a rapper that the Jew has co-signed, that has
No,
been distributed, that has
no,
been publicized.
because no,
Because
because
hip
sir,
hop doesn't exist really in real life without the media, right? Without
uh,
the actual cinema and
n-
the
that's a lie.
videos and the
That's a lie. That is not true. Sir, you have rap battles. There's brother Smack who does the Smack DVDs. That brother doesn't have a big media hand guiding him, and this brother has rap battles all the time. That's jam packed by word of mouth. That's the power of our culture. Black people, we know how to get things popping on the grassroots level. That's part of foundational Black American culture, getting things done in spite of the media. Sir, a year or so ago, we had one of the largest reparations rallies in the country. We got zero media support, but it was still packed because we understand as foundational Black Americans, we depend on grassroots communications with each other, which we've always done. That grapevine, as they call it. See, that's how we as foundational Black Americans understand our culture. That's part of our culture. See, it goes back to culture. So we don't need them to
yeah.
get.
Okay, now looking at your point when you say when the rap battles and like people saying, oh, we're gonna have a freestyle contest, what have you. Now, I'm gonna concede on your point. I'm gonna say that that is a part of our culture that America has used, right? But I do believe also that if we don't own it and if we don't have control over it, it's not really ours. It's the same thing as the Indians saying, hey, that's my land, or the Mexicans saying, California is our land. If you don't have control over it, it's not really yours. But
Mhm.
I do concede to your point on that.
Right. But the thing is that part of those things, that's our culture because that's something that we can engage in by us being on code and we don't need their permission because hip hop was set up by design to be an underground culture that was in spite of what the white supremacists were doing. We couldn't get on their radio. We couldn't get into the clubs they controlled. So hey, we said nobody's stopping us from going out to the park with a microphone and two turntables and doing our thing. So it was a revolutionary act. Hip hop, that's why no other group can claim that they created it. They don't have a revolutionary mindset like that, especially fleers. Hip hop could not have been created by motherfuckers who fled. It had to be created by people who understood revolution. That's why hip hop started popping off right around the Black Power movement. We understood the revolutionary mindset, countering white supremacy. Anything we do that counters white supremacy, usually we're very successful at it. But a lot of times we just kind of let it teeter out. But white supremacy is there. And when we start countering it, that's when we start doing better and we make lasting impressions. Right?
Yeah, and the thing is though, and that even though it be in our culture and it's something to be proud of, it's like the people of power aren't really emulating that. They're not the hip hop or whatever that is, the swag or what have you, like our enemies or other people, they only use that when they want to get loose or if they want to act slightly a little bit more ignorant. Then they'll throw on our music or they'll talk like us. Right.
No,
So it's like hip hop isn't really helping us and no one really in power is using it.
sir. Not only hip hop is something that they emulate, and the white fashion industry, they look to hip hop culture for their cues and for their fashion guides. They do this now. The Versace's and the Gucci's and all of them, they study us. The white corporate media, they actually study us. Even with rock and roll, which is ours, that they took away, they study us. With jazz, which is ours too, and they've finagled some of that, they were studying us, studying our language, studying our style, studying everything. But in modern times, they do look at us, the corporate white media, they have whole teams of people that they hire to sit around and study what black people are doing to see where the trends are going. That's all they do is study us, sir. We are the culture as foundational black Americans. See, when you don't flee, when you come from a lineage where you're not fleeing, you start creating culture because you're staying on your square. And when you stay put, you can create more. You're not running and fleeing all over the damn place. You can kind of create something. And we've created so much culture and so many styles and trends and influences that we are the heartbeat of this country. Foundational Black Americans are the lifeblood of this country. Are we in a situation where we're dominated by white supremacy? Yes, we are, but we acknowledge it. Other groups, they don't acknowledge that they've been dominated. They just flee and stay in denial and then try to get us to be in denial with them. And we can't do that because if we ain't fighting white supremacy, who's going to fight them? Then we're all done, right?
Mhm. And I'm definitely listening to you.
Right. Now, your family, I know you're biracial, dude, right?
No, I'm not biracial, Terry. You go ahead though, man. This
I
is
could have swore you
hilarious.
told me.
This part.
No, I could have swore you told me you were biracial at one point.
No, I said that my family was a runaway slave from a long time ago, man. So like, yeah, I have white blood in my family like anybody else, but it's not an immediate situation where that's like, oh, my first cousin is white or something.
Now, where's your family from? Because I know
Like my
you
immediate family, huh?
you you filibuster on that. I can't remember, but I know you kind
Filibuster.
of
That's a good word.
right. You didn't you're not definitive. Where's your
Yeah,
family
I
from?
mean, I'm from Detroit, man, and like we don't really be discussing our business with everybody listening. This is a crazy
Okay, so
time, you know. I wouldn't
okay,
go into all my personal. I'm from
okay,
Detroit,
that means
though. Yeah.
you're Tether.
No, I'm not a tether, man. What
You're a
what what
Tether.
is a tether anyway?
A Tether. You
Someone
come
that
from an immigrant. You come from an immigrant background, sir.
no, that's not the case, Tariq, and you
Sir,
know that.
sir, you come from an immigrant background.
No, see, this is the time where for you to get your laughs, and like
I'm not
I do
laughing.
appreciate the conversation, though.
I'm not
Go it.
laughing. I'm not laughing, sir. Foundational Black Americans are never ashamed of where they're from. If you ask a foundational Black American where they're from, they're like, "Oh, I don't like to tell my business." The fuck you know?
Okay,
That's not
so
us.
so where are you from?
dude. Detroit and Alabama, and my family's from North Carolina.
So I
Um,
say Detroit and Alabama. Literally, I said Detroit and Alabama, and that wasn't good enough. I
no,
literally said the same thing you said.
dude, you sat here. I can't be telling all my business like that. That's what you
No,
said.
because you said that I sounded a little standoffish. I don't know the wording you used, but you said I sounded like I wasn't too eager to say it. But it's not
Dude,
out of shame or anything. I'm just not going to say, well, this was my address where I grew up or whatever, like just to prove something. But yeah, it was
because I
Detroit
didn't.
and Alabama, the same as you. Huh?
That's Tether. And sir, I believe you come from an immigrant background. I don't even think you're being honest right now.
Why?
You're
Because I
talking.
have a different point of view.
No, because you're talking like a tether
How am I talking like a tether?
by
It's
babbling
hilarious.
and splaining and lying. This is what tethers do. That's what a tether is. And you sound
No,
like you
it's
come from
just that we
Georgia.
just got to stop whining. I mean, I can't sit and talk, Black revolutionary all day. I've done that, but at the
Hey,
same
let me
time, it's like we just
talk.
got to
No,
stop whining so much, man.
no,
And
no,
we got
and
to
let me.
quit saying white supremacy. These people are not
And
superior.
that's tether
We're
talk
just,
too. That's further tether talk. And also the
you know
fact that
what?
no,
What's
no, no,
interesting is,
no, no, because you're gonna listen. You're not gonna start babbling. See, fam, this is a tether. Let me tell you something. People who get offended by the term fleeing, because you were offended by that. Which, hey, we shouldn't say fleeing. If they, a foundational Black American wouldn't get offended by that, sir. We don't get offended by that. We don't come from a fleeing background. You're offended by that. You're trying to explain. Tethers do that. Only tethers get offended by that, sir. Everything about you is tether, tether, tether. You see, you think we don't know. See, that's a part of our culture. We know. We know our own. We know. You understand? We
yeah,
know people from.
you unmute me. Oh, I unmuted myself, but yeah,
No, I
it's all
muted you,
good.
but
I know
I'm,
you got to
you
do
know what?
the entertainment thing at this point, and it's a good segue to go to the next call. I
All
do
right,
appreciate it.
all right. There you go. All right. This is why we check tethers because y'all are ashamed to say where you're from. And then you get around us and try to pretend that you're FBA and everything you say is anti FBA. That's a tether. When you start asking people where they're from, I don't want to say all that now. I'm uncomfortable with saying that. What the hell you uncomfortable for? Don't bring your insecurities over here to us. These folks love bringing their insecurities over here to us. Let's get Christina in here. Christina, hop on, ma'am, and then we're gonna get Straw Hat. Let's get Christina, then Straw Hat, and then we're gonna get Alamo after Christina and Straw Hat. Christina, oh, what happened? Christina bounced. Okay, all right. Let's get Straw Hat. All right, Straw Hat, brother, turn your microphone on, man. What you doing over there? All right, Straw Hat. All right, let's get Alamo on here. The hell you wasting time for, dude?
Yo, what's up, Tariq?
What's going on, Alamo? How are you, brother?
I'm good, brother. Man, that tether was killing me.
Man. Lord, he was trying to hide the fact that he was a tether.
Babbling like hell. You were right though. Like, yeah, he was explaining. But
Yes, and
I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Um, so long time listener, long time fan. So as a kid, growing up in American education system, they just taught us, you came from Africa, you were slaves. That's the end of the story. So
yeah.
listening to you all these years, I've
It sounds
learned
like
that,
it's me.
we
I can
came
speak.
from,
Hold on, dear. Hold
All
on,
right
dear.
now.
Go ahead. Okay, good.
well, listening to you all these years, I learned that that's not the whole story. We came from an indigenous background. There were Black Native
Right.
Americans. So why do you think there was such a concentrated effort for us not to know that we're indigenous to this land? And I'll land my plane. Thank you, brother.
So yeah, they didn't want us to know that because see, when you know who you are and where you're from, they always wanted us to feel like we're foreigners on our own land. Because when we say, hey, this is our land too, we need to be compensated on our land. That's why the reparations movement is so heavy right now, because we're not letting them Africanize us. We're not letting them run the Pan African scam on us. See, when we would say, hey, we need to be compensated, they'll be like, well, we can send you back home to your motherland. How about that? Yeah. Well, don't you want to go back home to your grandma in Ghana? They play that little game on us. But once we say, hey, man, this is our land, we're taking ownership of what we built, we need to be compensated. So the energy is different. So what's going on, beloved? How are you?
Yes, indeed. Me, I'm Haliman. You can call me Hallie. My tag is She Plus Ultra. And Mr. Tariq Nasheed, I have been trying to speak to you for months. So who'd have thunk it would
Okay.
be Friday night, like right now.
Yes, indeed.
So
Yes,
excited
indeed.
to be listening in tonight. I came in right at about 3 minutes. I was like, doggone it, I caught him right at the beginning. So,
Yes,
so I've been
yes,
listening.
yes.
The last speaker, I did appreciate the lively back and forth, but I will tell you my position is I'm not reductive about Black people. I don't really want to hear nothing bad about Black folks.
Right, right, right,
I
right.
mean, but I have been trying to get in touch with you. I've been down to the museum, everywhere, trying to find you. And I understand you're doing a movie, and not in town a lot.
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm in LA. I'm in LA. So you out here in LA?
Yes, I am. I've been out to the museum a couple times. I'm the one that's been stalking.
Oh, cool,
I'm the,
cool.
let me be full disclosure. I'm a reporter.
Okay.
And I've been following you. One of my friends said you gotta get on, you gotta follow Tariq. And then when I heard about the museum, I was all in. So
Yes.
this is my calling card, for the future. But yes, I didn't really have any questions. Like I said,
You should do a story. Who are you working for now? You work for
I
K
I
Cal
have a
News?
freelance yeah, I have a freelance situation with the LA Times, and I'm also working out of Palm Springs for a publication out there. But I'm
Well,
doing
we should, let's do something for LA Times. That'd be great. A nice
well.
LA Times art.
I and Is it okay for me to talk about it right now?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
am I'm
Absolutely.
working on a piece loosely around the revitalization of Crenshaw and Black Los Angeles. And
Yes.
when I found out about you and then saw what you were doing, like I said, I've been down to the museum a couple of times. I've been trolling, trying to see when you're going to do the next event or whatever in town,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you are, I mean, you're you. You're him. I
Yeah.
don't have to go any further than that. Okay, everybody else here knows.
Mm-hmm.
So I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely like to speak with you about, what's going on right now in town, because a lot's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on. I've talked to a
Absolutely.
couple of political leaders, but you are holding a very unique position to
Yes, ma'am.
have
So
started a
we need to
business.
talk.
We need to talk. So
Yeah. Email me, and we're gonna make something happen.
I would appreciate that. And I'm loving the dialogue here. Is this a new forum? Because like I said, I just happened to be on X. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
But
just jumped
we've
up.
been doing these. Yeah, we've been doing these for about a year or so. So yeah, the,
Okay.
the Twitter space. Yeah, we've been doing them for a while.
Okay. Well, I caught you tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
y'all. And
indeed. But
hey,
yeah,
everybody. Hey, reparations now. I love our people. And that's it. That's all.
yes, ma'am.
I'm from New
That's,
Orleans. My family on the Gulf Coast. Migrated to San Francisco. I've been in LA since high school.
yep. Cool. All right, beloved. So email me. We'll chop it up, dear. Thank you so much. Let's get Straw Hat. You ready? Wait, let me see if Straw Hat is ready again. All right, Straw Hat, you got one more time, man. You got 30 seconds to hop on here. What's up?
My mic still tripping?
There you go. I'm like,
All
what
right,
is up with this brother's?
this is my only bone I got to pick with you, Mr. Tyree. You heard? This is the only one.
Oh,
All right. So, man,
okay.
choose. Great choice. But I think you need to follow me so the next time you come to New Orleans, you don't go to the gumbo shop in the French Quarter. That was soup. You know, you FBA, I'm a Creole Indian. You should know better. You got to go to the local spots, the hood spots, or somebody
Yeah.
you know in New Orleans. Next time you come down, I holler at my gumbo lady, my mima, my grandma, and you're going to get some real New Orleans gumbo, man. You know what I'm saying? The French Quarter, that's soup. That's not gumbo, my friend.
Yeah.
When I saw the
I know,
bad
man.
review, I'm like, oh man, now people gonna think our
Yeah.
gumbo ain't what it is because Tariq done went to the gumbo shop. Nobody in New Orleans eat at the gumbo shop, man. You gotta know somebody that could cook that stuff up for you, man. Follow me so you can get some real gumbo next time you in New Orleans. But I know the man choose was good.
And we come in. And I love Manchu. I like Manchu's. That was my spot. It's nice and hood, and I love it. The food was good to me. I loved it. But man, when I come back, I'm gonna holler because my wife wants to go back down there. We really, really enjoyed it, man. I love New Orleans.
Absolutely, tap in with me. I know all the good spots. I know all the local spots. I got you, brother. We gonna get you some real gumbo. That was soup you ate, my man. But other than that, you enjoyed yourself
Yeah,
down here.
I did, man.
Man, I
Absolutely.
love
My
to
wife
hear it. Love to hear it,
is.
man. You saw the paintings of the Creole Indians under the bridge by Claiborne and all that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. But get with me. So when you come down next time, I'm gonna get you that real gumbo, brother.
No doubt, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, the New Orleans folks, boy, they hate a bad review of any place down there. They don't want nobody having a bad experience. Because that place was called the Gumbo Shop, wasn't it? Yeah, we went to a place. Why did we go there? We just. Oh yeah, the white people gave it good reviews. So in New Orleans, you got to go, to certain areas to get stuff. Yeah, yeah, we're already in the French quarters, so we're like, yeah, let's go to this place. And nigga, that gumbo was not the business. It was not, that wasn't popping. Then I made a video about it, and I said, hey guys, I'm in New Orleans, and this gumbo ain't popping. And everybody from New Orleans started hitting me up. Oh no, baby, you can't go there, baby. You can't go to the quarters, baby. They're like, no, you don't go to the quarters. You don't eat down there, baby. So yeah, but I love New Orleans. I absolutely love New Orleans, man. Y'all got to go visit New Orleans, man. The vibe is real. Good folks down there. Now, who is this about to hear? Asante. Okay, this looks like a troll account. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to add this. Okay, yeah, this I can't even add him. He got a weird account. Asante, your account is so weird. Wait, hold on. I can't even add you. What kind of account do you have, dude? Yeah, I'm trying to add you, brother, and it's not even working. So your troll account is weird. Let's get Duke of Pan Africanist. All right, let's get this guy, Duke of Pan Africanist.
Yeah, you know, Umar is the
And
prince
hop
of the
on.
Duke.
What's up, brother?
What's good, man? Probably I
I'm
hollered at
good.
you last year. It's funny, I'm hollering at you this year. I ain't even on some like bone to pick shit. I had a space like 3 days ago, popped off, not as much as this. At like I think it maxed out at 500. I don't know if you know who Hotep Jesus is. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, so Hotep Jesus was in my space. We were having conversation about black ideologies. I represent or identify as a Pan Africanist. And Hotep Jesus had some very interesting things to say about you and the FBA movement. He said that you niggas are sellouts and your ideology is weird and most of the niggas are broke over here. How do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, Hotep Jesus is a fan. He's a big fan of mine. He's trolling for the most part, and plus, he's a Caribbean dude. He's Caribbean, so he's a Tether. So he's not even of the lineage, and we can't take what he's saying seriously. This guy's Caribbean. So what is he going to say about us, about our lineage, and he's over here? That his being over here speaks for itself, and he's a fan. He knows better. He's just saying stuff to you know
So
to
the
try to
interesting
get.
part, right, Tariq, is that he then went on his Rumble live which had about 2,000 people in there with him and Uncle Hotep. He thought
Oh
he
yeah,
talked about this. Hold up.
that's another tether. Uncle Hotep is another tether with a big fat white woman. He's married to a big fat piggly
Yeah,
looking
yeah, yeah.
white woman.
They exposed that he's married to a white woman. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, and
I agree with you
a
on that one.
sloppy, and a sloppy one at that. She's very sloppy with a big back. All right, but go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, he's married to a white woman. So I'm agree with you on that one. And that's
Right.
disgusting. But they had 2,000 niggas in there, and they were basically bashing you and your movement. It was like these niggas are screaming about reparations every day, but they ain't moving the needle. They not pushing for legislation, and he called you a grifter. So how do you feel about Uncle Hotep Jesus, and basically saying that you don't got no emotion in real life?
Um, you're talking about fleeing tethers who failed in their homeland. So I don't feel nothing about them. I feel like they're projecting. That's a projection. I don't feel anything about people who failed. You understand? That's like asking Jay Z how a dusty nigga on the corner feels about him, who's trying to rhyme on the corner. That's a whole different vibe. You're talking about fleeing tethers who are basically nobodies and internet trolls.
But
You
I
dig?
feel like they got a bigger following, so I feel like they kind of got the
No,
up.
they don't. No, they don't. They have a bunch of the 4chan white supremacist trolls that tune into those things. You know, the
Sonny
white supremacist
Johnson was also commenting about you. She was like, "This
who
nigga's not serious."
who
You know, Sonny
who
Johnson. She has a radio show
no.
on XM radio. She's one of the like new age black conservatives. She has a bigger follower count following than you. She was
But
also
no, but nobody knows these people. You're naming these people and don't nobody know them,
nah, maybe you
and they're
probably
not
don't.
really proving it. Nobody knows these. You're naming a whole bunch of nobodies, and you're claiming how much of an audience they have. Nobody knows these people, dude. Nobody knows you guys.
But
These are
look, no, I'm
probably
not a
they are.
part of them. I was just saying that they were saying that
Well, you're
about.
propping them. You're propping. No, 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 because
Nah,
you're passive
I
aggressive.
wanted you to be aware that they were saying these things, and I wanted you to
But
I wanted you to know what you
and
thought about them.
your accent is coming out. Where are you from,
I'm from the same place that you're from. I'm a little.
nigga?
Nah, I'm
I
a
hear
little.
your accent. I hear your accent. Your accent is coming out. What part of the Caribbean are you from?
The Caribbean. Listen,
Yeah, the
before
Caribbean. What part
hold
of
on,
the
hold on,
Caribbean you?
one real quick, one real thing before we go into that. Before we get into that,
You see, Tether 101. I muted him. Tether 101. Well, the way my lineage is set up, that's not a trick question. You can tell a tether the minute you say where you're from. Well, hold on, before I go into that, 4 score and 10 years ago, I don't want the Gettysburg Address, my nigga. All right, we know you from the Caribbean. All right, and you're propping up a bunch of other fellow tethers who are a bunch of nobodies. Foundational Black Americans don't waste time listening to a bunch of nobodies. And you're coming in here trying to prop up a bunch of nobodies like they're somehow relevant. Dusty nigga said something about you. How you feel about that? Nothing.
um, yeah, but real quick,
Nothing.
just real quick, so Hotep Jesus and Uncle Hotep apparently they went down this like, if you want me to send you the Rumble, I'll send you the live. They went on to this.
Who cares? That's what I'm saying.
I
You're
understand.
talking. Hold on. Why you? Who cares?
Nobody.
Hold on. Well, who gives a shit about a bunch of dusty tethers that don't nobody know who fled?
I feel you. I was just asking your perspective on it, right?
Why do y'all tethers feel like the little dumb whining you do is somehow important to somebody? Nobody cares about whining tethers. Tether men are the biggest goddamn whiners. We don't sit here whining about niggas. We're here talking about FBA business, just talking about what we do, and it's
I
always
mean, I hear
tethers sitting
that. So I
around.
say shout out.
Tethers, no, y'all
But what
tethers.
I'm saying is the nigga was
Listen,
saying, right, that
The,
Them niggas, they were saying,
dude, y'all tether men are the biggest whiners I've ever seen in my life. Y'all whine too much, and that's one of the reasons why y'all had to flee. And y'all come
nah,
over here
I'm
and get,
not why not.
brother, yeah, y'all whining, and you're trying to tell us why you're whining. We don't
Nah,
care why you.
I'm literally just asking.
Dude, we don't listen. Foundational Black Americans, we don't care if you guys are sitting in a chat room with a bunch of white supremacists whining about us. Most of y'all are bitch made. Bitches are supposed to whine. That's what I think about it. Stay in a bitch's place. That's my thing. When you
Listen,
talk about bitch niggas supposed to be in a bitch's place. that's not news, brother. You're not giving us no news.
I'm just saying the nigga had a live. He had way more followers than you, remember viewers, and a nigga saying Tariq is making money and all these other niggas are broke. You got a rapist sympathizers and rapists like Sir Major, and Tariq is leading these. That's all I'm saying. That's what a nigga holds.
Y'all, that's tether babble. That's just tether babble. Y'all niggas are basketball wives. Y'all have to be around people and mention our name in order to get hits. You don't have no followers. Hotep Jesus has a couple of thousand people who follow him on Twitter. He doesn't have no followers, and he's a fan. This nigga he used to promote my movies. He's a fan. He's finessing these white supremacists by spewing their talking points, and I'm not knocking his hustle. He's doing what a tether does. You know, they leeching. That ain't nothing new. Coming here that's a revelation. All right.
I hear that,
Anyway, brother.
but I just
How,
want
how,
before I get off the
and
stage.
and but you, why are you so ashamed to say where you're from? Stop being ashamed of where
Nah,
you're
nah,
from.
nah. I won't be
You're
ashamed.
from Jamaica.
I'll get
Are
into
you,
the
you're
whole
from
lineage
Jamaica?
thing.
Say you're from Jamaica. You're from
You know I'm
Jamaica,
from
aren't you?
Jamaica. You hear the accent, nigga.
I can hear your accent. Then why the fuck won't
I
you
hear
say
you,
that?
but listen,
Say that.
before we get into the whole
Say
lineage,
that.
I'm just saying real quick. He said that these niggas are pushing like free.
Dude, okay, nigga. I don't want to hear this tether babble. Who gives a shit? All right. God damn. Nobody gives a shit. No, what they had said, Bumberclad, what they said, stop one. Tether dudes are some chatty patty, whiny niggas. Remember, family, a few days ago, I showed the clip of one of these over here. Yeah, let's keep it a buck. Some of these men, some of y'all had to do some real funny style shit to get a green card. And that little weird spirit, y'all bring it over here with you. That weird little moist spirit. But again, a few days ago, I had a video that I posted. And this dude over, he was in Kenya somewhere. He was a Kenyan dude, and a white man was over there visiting, and the dude was up here, this Negro up there flirting with him. He's flirting with a white man. Can I have soda? Suck your soda. Up here trying to talk in code to get with this white man for some money. So a lot of these dudes, man, a lot of the dudes, we know the women be bedwenching like crazy. A lot of these dudes be bed bucking in the Caribbean and in certain African nations. And these niggas have to do something funny for some money. And then they bring that buck broken spirit over here. It's a real interesting dynamic. Let's get Tyrone in here. Tyrone. And then we're going to get the Hawa, whatever it is. But Tyrone, you want to hop on? Let's get Tyrone. Turn your microphone on. What's
Mr.
going on, man?
Nasheed. I got a question to ask you. Aren't you 77% Nigerian?
Man, I'm 100% foundational Black American.
No, but I thought a while back, because like I was a huge fan of you and I still am, despite the fact that you've grifted. Shout out to the Hidden Colors, but I'm pretty sure you
Okay,
stated,
well, projecting, sir. Don't project your little scammy shit onto me. You little moist thing, you. Why are you
No,
projecting
I'm
onto
pretty
me?
sure
That's
that you did say verbatim that.
no. Don't project your little grifty scams onto me,
You
sir.
said you
Yes,
were 77% Nigerian. You said this verbatim.
what,
You got wealthy off of the backs of promoting. Um,
sir. First of all, you're moist than your pocket watcher. You got all that money. Okay, this nigga turned into Florida Evans. Where's JJ getting all this cash? I don't want moist tethers in here pocket watching.
and you didn't
Tyrone,
deny. That's the funny thing. He did not deny because if you go,
because it's tether babble. It's tether babble, sir, and it's very
you
moist.
didn't deny. You did a 23andMe or a DNA and it said you were 77%
Dude,
Nigerian. Like you probably
in
more
your
African than me. That's the funniest shit ever. And like now
dude,
you're grifting,
dude,
talking about your fellow.
dude, dude, stop projecting your scam mentality. You're just projecting, and your accent is coming out. You come from a fleeing culture, and you're a first generation fleer, which comes from a scamming culture. Don't project your scams onto me because you're insecure about fleeing, sir. And you're
Hey,
trying to
I'm
make
just keeping it a bug fifth. Like I'm just keeping it.
no. A buck 50 was your airline ticket, nigga, to flee. That was the buck 50. Don't
Wait,
call here projecting your own insecurities, sir. You're insecure about fleeing. Why did you not fix your homeland, sir? Why are you over here trying to project your scams onto me? Why didn't you fix your homeland with your little accent, Miss Thang?
I'm actually currently in my homeland trying to fix my homeland,
No,
unlike
you're not.
people who are
No,
80% Nigerian and
no,
who are grifting off of
you're not here.
African
You're
culture,
not.
which is
What African culture did I grift off of?
The Hidden Colors series was all about
How?
Africa.
No, it wasn't. It was about black people globally. You little lying tether. Hidden Colors was about black people globally. We talked about black people all over the world. What you talking about, girl?
And then 1804 was about
Uh
Haitian
huh.
culture.
Uh huh.
So and then you have the
What?
audacity to turn back and fucking say that, oh, I'm a felonious black.
Dude, first of all, you sound mad sassy. You sound like you got your hand on your hip. First of all, okay. You okay. You sound very sassy. You're a little sassy liar. You're just saying shit out of sass and envy. First of all, you had some African, okay, and then Haitian, okay. I mean, you're just saying sassy shit, nigga. You're not even connecting any dots. You're
Aren't
very
you 77% Nigerian? Just answer that. Like, are you 77% Nigerian or not? Are you
Tyrone.
77% Nigerian?
Are you
Mr. Tariq Allah Nasheed, are you
are,
77%
are
Nigerian?
are you laying on your stomach right now? Why are you talking with some
Hey,
footies on?
listen,
With
thanks for bringing me.
hey girl, okay, you're very sassy, Tyrone. You think you
And that's
you
and don't you got
you saying sassy baby mama shit? Don't you? Don't you have nigga? Stop. Y'all tethers need to man up. Stop it. I'm a foundational black American, dude. I'm not from no damn Nigeria. What you talking about?
check the tapes. He said he was 77% Nigerian. This is a felonious black man.
I ain't from Nigeria. I might have some. I got African ancestry and DNA. Everybody does. You're not saying anything. Everybody has African ancestry. I'm a
You
foundation
literally
black.
stated, bro, you said you were 77% Nigerian, that you
Do
did
you
the
think I'm from
DNA or what
Nigeria?
have you.
Girl.
Um,
You
um, I never
girlfriend,
said,
friend. Are you saying I'm Nigerian? What are you saying, girl?
Listen, it's
Are
crazy
you
that you
saying I'm
like would latch
are
on.
you are you saying I'm from Nigeria? What are you saying? I'm not from Nigeria at all. Nobody in my family is from Nigeria. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You just over there being sassy for nothing. What are you being sassy about? You know good and well I'm not from Nigeria. What are you talking about?
Listen, man, you're gonna go to the ad hominem attacks, because it's
Sir, the whole argument is an ad hominem. You know good and well I ain't from no Nigeria. Your argument is sassy. You're arguing, yes, you're making bitch comments. You're emotional. I don't want to talk to no emotional nigga
hey, listen, see, he called me a bitch. He said that I
because
was.
you're acting bitch made. You acting like a one night stand. First of all that money, I didn't get no money. You supposed to be 77%. The DNA says you are the father. You sound like that, nigga. The fuck you talking about? This ain't Maury. Man, you feminine tethers. Oh, you are the father ass nigga. Listen to yourself. Tyrone, are you listening to yourself? That's why y'all women be getting zaddies. Y'all niggas are very moist.
Hey, one
Uh-uh.
thing I will say, I respect my elders. And one
Okay.
thing
And
you're not gonna
I
do,
don't
you're not gonna
respect
talk out.
I don't
You're not gonna.
respect them. I don't respect the moisture. Don't call up here sounding like a hood rat on Maury. Tyree Nasheed. When you say a nigga whole name, that's real bitch made. Tyree Nasheed the third. Okay. What your DNA said, you is the father. Tyree Jr. is your baby. Nigga, that's what you sounded like with your little accent. Don't come over here mad because we stand on ours and you flee on yours, brother. All right, let's get Dejin. I don't know what your name is, ma'am, but hop on. All right, Dejin something. I don't know what your name is, ma'am.
Yeah, you can just call me Degens.
Dejin.
I heard you were my dad though.
I heard I was your dad.
Yeah.
I'm not the father.
I mean that's what you just said, right?
Lord, I'm not your father. Azim, hop on, Azim. Azim, let's get it in, Azim. Let's turn your microphone on. Let's get Azim in the building. Azim, let's get that microphone on. Let's going once, and let's get no Navado. Let's get him in.
OCO Chester and near the water. I just came up here very, very quickly, to clarify and explain that the brother Trinity up here was just stirring some mess. Hotep Jesus, I was in that space damn near the whole time. Hotep Jesus did not say any of that stuff. Trinity was just up here, talking shit, just stirring up mess. I just had to come up
Yeah,
here and say that because I'm very cool, I'm very good friends with Hotep Jesus, and he does not have anything anything wrong, like anything against reparations for Black Americans. He does
right.
have his opinions or whatnot, but it was all just just some bullshit that Trinity was spewing. He didn't say anything
Yeah,
about that. That whole space was about like Hotel Jesus explaining some things he said in his videos and all that. But
yeah.
yeah.
Because like Hotep is a fan. Hotep Jesus is a fan. He's he's
Yeah.
been yeah. So yeah, I knew this dude was just on some tether babble bullshit. So, but, but shout out to Hotep Jesus. Now that Uncle Hotep, he's a coon, but the Hotep Jesus, he's cool with me. All right, but thank you.
Yeah.
All right, yes, those those dudes are funny. All right, Miss Anointing. Let's get Anointing. Miss Anointing. All right. Miss Anointing, hop on, dear. Anointing Amel, I think that's your name. Anointing. Where you at, Anointing? Anointing, you want to hop on? All right. Anointing, let's turn your microphone on, ma'am. Where'd she go? Oh, she dipped. Okay. Azim, you want to get in? Azim, what's going on with your microphone, bro? All right. So Azim, his microphone ain't doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, we got the agent dude. We got
Nigga,
the
shut your bitch ass up and bring my nigga
what the
Trinity
what
back
the
up here. Fuck, nigga. And answer them questions that nigga
oh
had for
hey,
your bitch ass.
hold on, nigga. Come on, you big old thick belly nigga with all of that phlegm all in your throat, nigga. You sound more sickly and fat than ever. All right, this is this troll who's an undercover tether who has a face like Bushwick Bill and a body like Rick Ross. This nigga looks like a big dwarf, the weirdest looking nigga ever. And this nigga's a damn informant. I don't know why they got you an informant because you ugly motherfucker sticks out like a sore thumb. This is Agent Ugly. Now get on, nigga. Say what you gotta say. Watch your mouth. Watch your language, nigga. I'm babysitting your kids right now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, you right, nigga, because they ain't yours. Dwight Howard ass.
Right. You,
Oh, Dwight Howard ass, nigga. I swear to God, you a sassy ass nigga. Talk
you nigga, you got
nigga,
attacked.
you a sassy ass nigga. Sassy.
Nigga, you got two tattoos on your butt cheeks. You got two W's and you bend over and the shit says wow. That's how moist you are, nigga. You are a big, moist, oily tether. And you're very upset with foundational black Americans. And you are getting more fat and more unhealthy. Yeah? And people are texting me now that you've been exposed by several people. Nigga, what did you do to get a green card? I heard that you've been servicing elderly niggas in order to remain in the country, my nigga. He's not from America. Yeah, I can tell. Azim, are you in here? Azim, waiting on Azim. But anyway, Agent Ugly,
Man, listen.
Agent Ugly,
You
Agent
always
Ugly.
talking some gay
Any,
shit. It's always
any
about
Agent Ugly. Do you have any parting words, sir? Because nigga, you are the worst federal informant I've ever seen. I've never seen an obvious federal informant. You're way too obvious. And I told you a long time ago when I had you on. Um, what's going on? Somebody said you're from Zimbabwe. What's going on with you in Zimbabwe? What's happening with you in Zimbabwe, dude?
hey, listen, just cut the gay shit off.
No, what happened? No. Well, yeah, that's what your
Yeah,
dad.
cut the gay shit. You be talking too much.
That's what your dad had to do, and that's why you tune in because I'm touching a nerve when I speak on that. What's up with you in Zimbabwe? Is that where you had to service niggas in order to get a green card? Somebody said something about Zimbabwe. Anyway, let me get some more folks on here because I don't want to hear a musty tether. This my phone is musty now. Let's get Grinds. All right, let's get Grinds in here.
And these telling niggas is tripping tonight. What's up, Tariq?
Well, what's going on, man? We're having the Million Tether March tonight,
For real.
man. What's on, Grinds?
I'm all good, but yeah, this dude that you removed from the stage, man. This dude is like 4'11" and a swirler on top of being Zimbabwean. I'm like, nigga, please come on now. You got this nigga Trinity on there earlier. That was supposed the one that called himself Duke of Pan Africanism, man. I knew that was Trinity the whole damn time. Yep, Jamaican Bati boy. Y'all niggas need to
Oh
chill.
wow. Wow. Yeah, the tethers are in full effect tonight, man. My man. All right. Let me see. Who's this person here? We got a lot of folks. Where are the women? We had a couple of women pop up. We had a couple of the ladies who wanted to say what they needed to say. Um, and they bounced when that big musty nigger got in here. The women ran. All right. Women can detect a funky, ashy nigger. Let's get Eon. Let's get Eon in here. Let's get Eon in here. Eon, hop on. Hey, I thought you let the dogs in. They scratching at the door like hostages. Oh. Eon, hop on, man.
Hey, good morning, to the
Hey,
host, to the room. I'm just gonna make this short because I know you was talking about an early informant here, so I guess I'm gonna be the second informant. I put in your group chat 17 or 18 minutes ago that one of your followers or assets.
whoop, 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 whoop. Stop right there. Followers of what? I don't have followers. What are you talking about, man? I don't have followers, man. We got to stop there. See, you're coming in with a false premise, ma'am. I don't have followers. So what are you talking about, ma'am? Right there is agent talk.
Okay,
Yep.
well, I said you indicated that the other person was an informant, so I'm doing a
Right. Yeah.
PSA announcement. I'm an informant, and I'm
Okay.
informing you that there is a sexual predator amongst your group of folks. He quite
What is my group?
often frequented a lot of FBA spaces in regards to your group slash lineage.
What group, ma'am? You're making up terms, ma'am. Ma'am, you are being an agent. That's very interesting. You're using a lot of agent language, ma'am. I don't have a group. I don't have followers, ma'am. So, what's the real purpose of you using agent language, man? What's that about? Let's get to the nitty gritty. You are using a lot of agent language, making up false narratives. So, are you on some kind of assignment, ma'am? What's that about? Because you sat here and within what 20 seconds, you've said a bunch of things that's completely false. The whole narrative is completely false. So, what's your objective, ma'am? Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Well, my objective is to inform our people in public of any type of potential threat to the community when you have a sexual predator. So, if anybody
Well, you need
wants to
to
go
go.
to the
You need to
group
go to
chat,
that. You need to go to
anybody,
that community because you need to go to that community because I don't know who you're talking about, ma'am. And none of that has anything to do with me. What does that have to do with me?
because this was an individual that was doxxed by some of your people last year.
And who are my people?
Your FBA group, actually.
What group? What group? I don't have a group.
Your
What
your
group?
group. It's not a
What
lineage.
group?
It's a group.
Yeah,
It's an actual group
well, you just so
with a
you're making
trademark.
something up. So you're making
No, I'm not
something
making
up.
it up. I mean, it's your
You just
your
made
your
up an
registered
imaginary group.
trademark.
No,
It's
well,
your registered trademark, though.
African American is registered as a trademark, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm a Negro, so that's ethnicity slash
That's
race. So
registered
I
too.
mean, that's neither here nor there.
Negro, ma'am,
The
ma'am,
fact of
Negro
the
is
matter,
so you have a group because Negro is a registered trademark too. Several products use the word Negro, so you are a registered group. So why are you and your group in here lying about a make believe group that I have nothing to do with, ma'am?
this is not about Negro or FBA. This is
It
about
is,
one of your
ma'am.
assets running around threatening
You're
women,
making, ma'am,
and
you're,
I put
ma'am,
I put in
ma'am,
your chat just as a public service announcement, and that
ma'am. You should be a lying tether, ma'am. I know that lying and scam mentality worked in your homeland or wherever your family fled from, ma'am. But that doesn't work here. Okay, we don't do that here. That's not a part of our lineage. That's not a part of our culture. So, ma'am, I wish you would not bring your degenerate culture over here of lying and scamming and try to project that onto us, ma'am. That's not cool. We don't like that.
that's
That
very cute. I can assure you that I am from here, and I don't have to waste time in.
ma'am, you're lying like a tether, ma'am. The way you're lying is tether like. Somebody said, "What?" Somebody is saying, "Wait, are you a part of ADOS? Are you part of Strappy's crew?" Hold on. Somebody said you might be ADOS. So you part of Strappy's organization, ma'am.
No, sir, not at all. I'm just a concerned citizen, nothing
Ma'am,
more.
ma'am, are you one of the stud minions of Strappy? Yeah, you sound like a
No,
stud
I'm
minion.
really concerned about the women in your lineage slash group because a lot of them have
No, ma'am,
reported being doxxed.
ma'am.
I was doxxed by cognitive dissidents. Do you are,
I have no idea who that is. I don't have a group, ma'am. You're making up stuff. You're making up things, ma'am. You're sitting in a fantasy world, ma'am. You sound um, very bitter. Do you make up fantasies all the time, ma'am? Is that something that you do?
no, sir? I really don't. I don't.
Do you fantasize about looking like Beyonce? Do you think you look like Beyonce right now in your fantasy, ma'am? Do you have
Hell no,
long
I'm too
blonde?
dark skinned for one. I'm too dark
Right.
skinned.
Okay.
But
I
no,
just
in
want to know
all
what you
honesty, all jokes aside, and it doesn't matter which lineage or which ideology you want to represent. This particular individuals had been
don't.
frequenting a lot of FBA
I
spaces,
don't.
so I just wanted to.
It doesn't have to do with me. I'm not. There's 42 million foundational Black Americans. I'm not the leader of any of them, ma'am. So if there's a threat, you handle whatever threat there is. I'm not responsible for
Uh, well,
you.
that's not acceptable because you guys had already doxed him last year. That's how we found out about the aggravated
I I didn't
armed robbery charges.
prove that I dox somebody, ma'am. I don't even know who
People
you talk.
within your circles. I don't know.
I
We
don't
heard
have
it
a
at
circle.
the. We heard it down the grapevine
I,
once we
I don't
had
have a
to
circle,
let him go out of our.
ma'am. I don't have a circle, ma'am. In your little fantasy world, do you have a big ass and a slim waist in your fantasy, ma'am? Am I in the room with you right now? Because you're
No,
fantasizing,
sir.
ma'am,
This is
ma'am,
strictly business because I care about
ma'am,
the safety of.
ma'am, ma'am. You're fantasizing about me right now, ma'am. That's what you're doing. Tariq in my bed right now. I'm not. I'm not there, ma'am. You're fantasizing. Can you keep me out your fantasies, ma'am? Can you fantasize about having another man over there at the house or something? I don't want you fantasizing about me. You sound like a very nice lady. You sound like your back might be kind of big, but you sound very nice. But you don't have to fantasize about me, ma'am. I don't. I don't want to be in your fantasies.
No, sir. I'm good. I'm good.
All
But
right,
in all honesty,
don't fantasize.
like I
I don't want
said,
you. Don't fantasize about me, ma'am. I'm not a
no,
part.
I'm not fantasizing.
You are, ma'am. Your people did something to me, ma'am. I don't know you. I promise you, I don't know you or anybody who did anything to you. Yes, you did. You were hugging on me when I was asleep the other night, Tyreek. I wasn't. I don't know anybody who did it, ma'am. You and your
No,
group.
seriously.
You and
This is
your
a
no,
very
man,
serious.
listen, no. It's is it serious? You're talking about me and a group did something to you. I don't know you or any
Well,
group
I
member.
didn't say
Ma'am.
just me. Again, this is a public.
This is a fantasy, ma'am. Tariq, you and your group of niggas came over and handled me. Y'all ran a train on me. What the hell, ma'am? You're fantasizing. Y'all sexually did something. I don't know any of this stuff, ma'am. I'm at the house watching Coco Melon with my fucking 1 year old. I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. I haven't been nowhere near you. I don't know nobody who's been near you, ma'am. Don't project your weird fantasies onto me. Don't you think that's strange?
Okay.
Really? Oh, really? Come on, man. Let's get down. What
Yeah.
you're doing is
I'm
strange.
just gonna put it to you
That's strange.
like this. Leadership starts from the top down. So
No, ma'am. And I'm not nobody's leader. I'm not. When have I ever said I'm leading anybody, ma'am?
you don't have to.
Yes,
You
you
don't get
do.
and some odd
Yes, you do,
dollars not leading something. So, uh,
dude.
in the
I get
end,
that by working, ma'am. I get hundreds of thousands of dollars or however much by working, by not sitting up fantasizing about people. That's
well,
what
I'm
I
not. fantasizing about a sexual predator. That's for sure. I mean, let's
I don't
get
know
that
who
clear because these are
I
very
don't know who.
serious charges, and the public is should know about this.
If it were that serious, you would be contacting somebody in a more serious position instead of fantasizing about me. And I don't know nothing about none of the people you're talking about, so it can't be that serious. If it were that serious and there were a real threat there, you would be informing people within whatever community that needs to be informed. You wouldn't be on a damn Twitter space talking to people who have no connections to any of this stuff. You're not really thinking about the community, ma'am. You're thinking about your
No,
fantasies.
actually, they've already been
Well, then you need to handle that and stop projecting those fantasies onto me, ma'am. Why do you have me on the brain? Why are you thinking about me?
No, I'm not thinking about you.
Ma'am,
Actually, I'm
oh,
thinking about the lack of accountability you have on this app.
oh
Uh,
man, I'm not responsible and I don't have to account for people I don't know or actions I have nothing to do with, ma'am. That's you fantasizing. You
no, that's not
fantasizing. That's a fantasy,
fantasizing.
ma'am.
That's beyond code, which is what you teach about.
That's a fantasy, ma'am. I'm not responsible for people I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. You're talking about some random shit that I ain't got nothing to do with, ma'am. That's you fantasizing. And that's weird, ma'am. With all due respect, you sound like a mature woman. I'm not going to say older, but you sound like a mature woman. You shouldn't be sitting around fantasizing about random niggas. All right? You should be soaking your feet in Epsom salt, enjoying your middle age, ma'am. But you shouldn't be
Well,
fantasizing.
no, I was just in another Twitter space with Black Greatness and Trinity because we were actually handling serious business in regards to.
No, not right. And if you were in a space with that clown who's a damn op and a damn agent, you were not handling serious business, ma'am. You weren't handling serious business at all. You were in a room with a musty internet troll. You're not about serious business, ma'am. And let me tell you some women who be in troll spaces, that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad, ma'am. Because when a woman is reduced to trolling online, oh, that says a lot. Because women who are cute don't have to troll. Women who are cute can get attention other ways. They can just post a picture and be cute. Look at the picture you got up. You got a picture of a damn rat on your profile, ma'am. You got a picture of a rat. And that's on a subconscious level how you view yourself, ma'am. A little chunky, big back rat who's sitting here.
No, that's
Keep it real. Let's
just so
keep it.
your audience
Come on,
knows
come on.
that's
No,
a
no,
Cornish
no.
Rex, by the
Ma'am,
way.
ma'am. You got a rat.
But anyhow,
Man, baby girl. Baby girl. You have a rat as your profile picture, ma'am. What dime has a rat as a profile picture? Ma'am, you're sitting there looking like a cross between Precious and Gerald Levert. And this is what you have to do in order to get attention from niggas. And you're sitting there fantasizing about me. Do you have a Hidden Colors DVD laying next to your bed? And then you put it on and rub your sagging breast so you can go to sleep talking about Tariq need to be accountable for this pussy. Is that what you do, ma'am?
no, I'd never give you money. I've never donated anything to your causes. I don't take you
Man,
serious.
donate. No, 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 no. If you buy a DVD, you're not donating. Ma'am, you have my you got my movies. You got one of my movies. Let's stop playing. You know good and well you got one of my movies. You probably got some root work deodorant on over there now, rubbing it all on them big old flabby lunch lady arms, keeping the sweat out, ma'am. You a fan, aren't you, dear? And that's okay, and I appreciate it. The way you're fantasizing about me, you got a big cutout picture of me with a tongue glued on it, and you be having the cutout picture do things that I don't want it to do. Let's keep it real, ma'am. Oh, But it's okay. Listen, ma'am. Listen. I don't. I respect your fantasies, but please don't project your fantasies onto me. Okay. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
never that. But
Okay.
if you would direct your audience to your chat to take a look at that in all seriousness, that does need to be addressed. But thank
Okay.
you for.
Okay, and thank you so much, sweetie. And also, holiday season is up, and Lane Bryant will have a Black Friday sale in about 3 weeks. So you about to come up, all right? But thank you so much. That Lane Bryant Black Friday sale is going to be right up your alley, ma'am. You get you a lot of nice plus size dresses, and you're gonna be all right. Okay, all right. Let's get Pray More. All right, let's get Pray More in here.
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? I heard you mention the stud, so a real nigga had to pop up on you and say, "What's up, homie? What's up, everybody in the
What's
chat?"
what's up? Shout out to the stud, the sexy stud.
All the sexy studs out there, period. But no, on a serious note, the sister that was just on Aeon, y'all was on here for a good little minute, and those are very serious accusations. So I was really interested. I was waiting for her to name names because if you're gonna say something like that, it's important that if you are talking about, raising awareness and the safety of the community and the safety of the women in the community, you should be naming these people's names and not just
But see,
appear.
she wasn't. That was some, it was all in bad faith. If you were really serious about if somebody's doing some sexual predator stuff, that you need to go holler at whatever community that's in or whatever. You don't need to be on here trolling. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And she
even
didn't name drop at
yeah,
all. She said she put it in like a group
mm,
chat or something. So I mean, if you're gonna raise awareness about it, this was the perfect time to get up here with all these hundreds of people and actually name names. I mean, we're women up here. We need to know this information if it is indeed true. So and we need
hmm
to know who we are around, especially in our spaces. We need to hold each other accountable. So I was just curious, and I was wondering why she didn't name drop. I was hoping you would keep her on while I was up here so I could ask her that personally. But
well, yeah,
and I don't see it in
but
the
yeah,
chat anywhere either. So I don't know
yeah,
what
and I
else
don't know
to.
who it is. So yeah, if they name somebody, that I don't know what that have to do with what's going on over here because I don't know any of the people she's naming. Some of the folks she was bringing up and all, I don't know none of these people. So that has nothing to
Right,
do
you're
with what we're
not law
talking about.
enforcement, so I'm not sure why that would be information. I mean, other than to raise awareness, I'm not sure why what you would do about it. Even if that
Right?
was
I don't know
someone
none
that
of that.
that you knew. I mean, other than cutting ties with the person or something, what else would you do if you're not up here putting them on a pedestal or giving them a platform? There was really no reason to come on your platform with that. There are better ways to get that information out there. So, but anyways,
Yeah, but these are
right. Thank you, and
anyway,
I'll definitely tap in with you later, man. Shout out to all the real
no doubt.
niggas
Be
out
good.
there.
Ah, hilarious, man, man, man. All right, let's see who we got. We got a lot of folks in here. Yeah, yeah, that's just op shit, especially when you connected with this the ugly Zimbabwean Bushwick nigga. Anything connected with that is oppie all the time, and that's to be expected. You think the feds ain't gonna have their operatives here with their dumb shit? All right, okay. Let's see. We got a lot of people in here. And by the way, everybody, the movie, we're still working on the movie, family. The movie, Microphone Check, is working on it very hard, and everybody can get involved by going to microphonecheck.com. Microphonecheck.com, ladies and gentlemen, get involved with that. Let's get um G Money's crack pipe. These names. G Money's crack pipe. All right, hop on G Money.
Peace, Tariq, man. This is my first time ever talking to you, man. I'm a big follower. Been listening to you since about 2010. I see you got a Tether Palooza going on up here with the Tether
Oh,
Roxy coming up
oh,
here.
oh
Uh,
yeah, they in here.
with that sister who came up here earlier, This is a serious situation that's going on the Twitter Spaces. I know you're not pretty much involved in any of the, you know, down low stuff that's going on in here, but that sister is a disingenuous rat. She's a liar. She's come up here and spread a mistruth about the community. And, it's got to be some straightening out. We've been straightening this chick out for the past 3 days. She has come up here. She has spread false narratives on a few brothers and sisters on this app. When she's talking about this situation and how, quote unquote, FBAs, she was the Negro and the Negro representative who first knew about this gentleman who was a predator to the ladies. And, they allowed this man to go all through the spaces, get in people's spaces, and they had this information and never told anybody. So she comes up here to gaslight you, brother, because you have a platform and you reach a lot of people on here. And, that was a straight gaslight. And I just wanted to let you know that. And, they roll with the Mr. C, who I call Black Great. That's Mr. C. You know what I'm saying? He's a clown. He ain't nothing but a fool. Trinity ain't nothing but a failed Jamaican rat. You know what I'm saying? And these are the dregs of the Twitter spaces. These guys are fucking bottom feeders. They have nothing to say, nothing to give, and this is what we deal with on an everyday basis on this app. Just to let you know, even though I know you're doing mad important things, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to dig and dive into the crab in the barrel mentality to lower your standards to deal with a lot of these fucking rats and fools and informants or whatever you want to call these degenerates. That's what I call them. They're just straight degenerates. I just thank you for the time and appreciate you. And I got a question. Are you going to send out a couple of more trailers before you release the movie? Appreciate you, man. Much love. And you keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Thank you, family. Yeah, so we might have another trail out, but yeah, we're getting the movie out pretty fast. I want to have the movie out by February to have it popping for Black History Month. So I keep everybody posted on that. But yeah, we already know that these ops are, doing op shit. They always do that. They always come around here trying to create false narratives and create false scenarios. Like when old girl kept talking about group, when they start talking about group and leader, those are op ass terms. Those are op terms all day. There is no group. There is no leader. We are a lineage. When we talk about foundational Black Americans and when people start talking about something is trademarked, hell, African American is trademarked. Shit. There's 20 trademarks on the term African American. Every name is trademarked. There's a trademark on every damn name you can imagine. Igbo is trademarked. Puerto Rican is trademarked. They have different trademarks for everything. You name a word that ain't trademarked or a term that's not trademarked. So you're not coming off with a gotcha moment. Everything is trademarked. So, and we trademark FBA for clothes, basically for clothing and merchandising. It's trademarked for that. You can't trademark a lineage. That's why African American is a lineage. It's supposed to be, which everybody can be a part of the damn lineage. It's not really a lineage, but that's trademarked for different products. So these weak talking points are given by some of them alphabet folks. Whenever you see these recycled talking points that have failed and they just keep trying to reuse them, those are talking points that's been given to somebody from somebody else. And we expect it. And notice, let me tell y'all something. Y'all going to see a lot of this. The minute we start talking about possibly going back out to DC, we're going to see a lot of this. So they're getting them started early. Because remember last time when we started going out to DC, all of these federal informants, the same ones, like this musty, ashy Negro here, the main ones jump up with that weird trolling. They get their troll instructions. And when we announced that we were having the rally for reparations, which was phenomenal the last time we had it, right up until the reparations rally, boy, these dudes were having 24-hour round the clock troll fest. The feds had these niggas trolling in shifts. These niggas weren't even wiping their ass good. They were sitting up trolling all night and all day. I mean, these dudes were on here for like 72 hours trolling, having troll fest. Niggas just don't do that because they're haters. You know, you get sent to do stuff like that. And that is to be expected. All right. Let's get Ray in here. Let's get Ray. And we are in here heavy. Let's get Ray in here. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
All right,
Tariq.
Ray. What's up, Ray? How are you?
I'm good. I'm just listening. Um, I just find it appalling that these tethers just don't get through their minds that um, real Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, uh, we don't pay attention to people who are failures of their country. Like, I don't understand
Mm-hmm.
why they come into our spaces just talking this he say, she say as grown men and don't realize that we look at them in a different way because they're
Yeah.
coming out in a feminine tendencies have been shown. And I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing because if what you were doing wasn't necessary, then these people wouldn't be mad. And
Right.
they don't realize that as a Black American, we don't have no leader. You know, as far as in the circumstances that they try to paint you out in the narrative to be. You're good at what you do. You have a following. You have a base because obviously the majority are on code and like a lot of your talking points. And that's just it. I just want you to keep doing what you're doing and don't let these people discourage you because right now,
Real talk. Thank you so much, beloved. Yeah, sister made a good point. Yeah, there's no leader. There's no leader. They want me to be a leader so bad. I have no desire to be anybody's leader. That's ego. I don't have an ego. We don't need a leader. Anybody says I'm a leader of anything is a liar. I have never said I'm a leader. That's fair talk. That's 100% fair talk. Lineages don't have leaders. I'm not Yvette Damn Carnell. I'm not running around here on some wannabe ego shit, talking about a lineage, but I'm the leader of the lineage. See, that's bullshit. That's that Yvette Carnell bullshit. That's confusing. That's why don't nobody rock with that ADOS stuff no more. Because they made it confusing. It turned into something else, and then it was all up in the air. We saw that, basically they're a bunch of Democratic shills. So no leaders. And run around, I'm y'all mama. You know, that's ego shit, talking dumb. Black folks, we don't need no leader. If you're a lineage, you're a lineage. You don't need no damn leader. Your lineage is your lineage. We come from a certain lineage. That's it, right there. And we have a unique lineage that a lot of other people don't have. That's it right there. Ain't nobody the leader of no damn lineage. Your lineage is your lineage. And we have gotten on code around our lineage, and that burns people's asses because you can't do anything about it. That's the problem. When people get on code and you're on code based on your lineage, that's why they keep trying to make our lineage something that it's not. It's a group and shit. It's a hate group. There's some leadership. There's some people in the circle, in the group. That's you just trying to figure out how to create some kind of subgroup in order to attack. Because you can't attack a lineage. Yeah, that's the thing. And that frustrates people because, see, they're so used to people controlling us by naming us. People are so used to naming us, and you can control what you name. If you say you guys are going to be minorities today, well, you can control minorities because you can control who is a minority. Because when we heard minority for a long time, we thought just black people. But then white people said, hey, okay, no, 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 no. Asian people are going to be the minorities too. And Hispanics, they're going to be minorities with you. And you know what? White women, we're going to make them minorities too. See, when somebody can label you something, they can control the definition of the label. When we define ourselves, see, that's different. Now, that's a power move. We defined ourselves and defined ourselves based on our lineage. Bam. So it's locked in. Can't be remixed. See, nobody can glom off of a foundational Black American designation as far as our lineage. Once we acknowledge that we're foundational Black Americans, that's remix proof. They can't flip it and remix it. Yeah? And they hate that. They hate when we get a rock solid code about something. That's called being codified. We got on code based on our lineage, and it excludes people. You dig? See, power is when you can exclude. Power is not just bringing a whole bunch of people among you. That's not power. Power is about certain things you can exclude, certain things you can say no to. Like, you guys, nah, y'all can't come over here. That's, you guys are good over there, but this right here, this isn't you here. That's a power move. And they're so used to us just bringing everybody to the barbecue, which has weakened us. Because what happens is we invite everybody to the barbecue, but when we want to go get what they got, boy, they put the gates up on us real fast. When we have Juneteenth celebrations, oh man, the tethers run amok to be a part of the Juneteenth celebration. Hip hop that we created, everybody's trying to lay claim to it. Now, let us try to go over to Africa and let us go over there and try to become an Afro beats artist. Like, hold on, nigga. Let us go to Jamaica and then try to take over Jamaica or try to claim some kind of ownership of reggae. Oh no, nigga. They'll stop us at the gate. They put the gate up on us. You dig? Let us over here, forget about going to Jamaica. Let a foundational Black American open up a Jamaican jerk chicken spot. You'll get some flack. If you say, hey, this is an all American jerk chicken spot. Hey, bumbaclot, nigga. What is this? You stealing our kocha? Remember when Michael B. Jordan had that Jorvay liquor and the Trinidadians got mad at him? Hey, nigga, that's from our culture. How dare you use a name from our culture? And he ended up having to change the name. I wish he shouldn't have changed shit. Man, I was so pissed that that man went and did that. He had to play the politically correct game. Man, I wouldn't have changed nothing. I'm like, man, how you gonna be sitting over here telling me I can't use a name from over there, and you sitting up here in Cleveland somewhere eating off me, but I can't use a name from over there, which is really a French Ebonic word. It ain't really Trinidadian. There's no such thing as a Trinidadian if you want to get technical with it. Three mountains or three hills or something. I think that's what Trinidad means, something like that. There's no such thing, but I digress. All right, let's see who else we got here. We got a lot of folks in here. Now, my dog is snoring in the background. All right. A lot of folks in here. By the way, while I'm talking, everybody can go to microphonecheck.com and get involved with the film Microphone Check. the phenomenal film. We got 7 days with the crowdfunding campaign going. 7 days left. So we do need everybody to get involved with that. All right, let me get Black Hate. Okay. Let's get Charlie Bravo. Charlie Bravo. All right. All right, and then we're going to get BCM after Charlie Bravo. BCM, Charlie Bravo, then BCM.
Hey, what's good? I love when you joke about your dogs. That is hilarious. Talking about the dogs scratching at the door like hostages. Nah.
Yeah. My God.
I wanted to
How you doing there?
I'm doing well. I wanted to submit some photos for your film. I do a lot of concert photography out here. Now, of course, I don't have any classic photography from like the 60s and the 70s, but I do have some recent photos of rap artists like, Rakim, and I was also thinking about your West Coast film. So, I have a
Yeah.
lot of photos of like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Too Short, some recent ones. So, if you check your email, you can see some like low res versions. And if you would like to use some, we can figure out how to arrange it for some high res stuff. So just let me know.
Okay. I'll look out. I'll look out for your email.
All right, for
So
sure.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Charlie. Charlie Bravo, you ready? Charlie Bravo.
Sorry. Hey, what's up, King Flex?
I'm good, Charlie. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, man. 4 in the morning on the East Coast. I'm over long haul truck driver. I'm not doing nothing strange for some change. I just
There you go.
want to tell you. I just want to tell you, man. Like they say, never meet your idols, but man, I've been listening to you since I don't know since like I was 18. I'm 25 now, whatever. I seen all
Wow.
the hidden colors. I want to just give a shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to Miss D Tubman, Afro Elite. But one question I do want to ask though, King Flex, is what would be your advice to a young black man who's trying to become successful in a system of white supremacy?
Well, yeah, man. Number one, you acknowledge. Thank you, brother. Let me get you. If you want to be successful, man, acknowledge the obstacles that are deliberately there. Because the guy who called earlier, this whole thing about ignoring white supremacy, no, you don't do that. You see the obstacles there, and then you play past it, so that you don't fall into the traps. This whole thing. Where we're supposed to close our eyes and pretend white supremacy doesn't exist. No, you better understand that shit and how it works so that you don't fall in the trap. That's the main thing. That's how you're going to become successful. You got black, listen. Black people got two ways of becoming successful in a system of white supremacy. There's two ways. And I say success and there's relative success. There's two ways. Number one, you can be a coon, and the success would be relative, but you got to always coon in order to maintain what little success you have. And that's going to be contingent upon the white supremacists willingness to throw you a bone. And after a while, they do get tired of their coons and they want to get a whole fresh batch of coons in. They get tired of their old coons. So you got to be shucking and jiving all day. And that's very tiring. And you don't want to be a shucking and jiving nigga in order to be successful, because what happens is that creates a lot of passive aggressive energy because you have to absorb a bunch of negativity and smile through it. And then you take the shit out on your families, then you take it out on people within the community. Notice a lot of the coons like the Larry Elders and Candace Owens, notice all the hate they have for black society. That's because they absorb all of the negativity from cooning, being around white society, being a coon. The minute you come into black society, it's all about anger, and aggression. And a lot of people bring that coon energy home to their children and their families. So you don't want to go that route. The coon route is never a good route. And the other way you can become successful is understanding how the white supremacists set up obstacles so that you can play past those obstacles. Especially if you're working in corporate America. You're working in corporate America, you better understand going in there, especially if you're a heterosexual black man, you got to move a certain way. You really got to move a certain way and understand some of the energy that's going to be geared towards you. You understand? You better understand how these white supremacists will try to buck break you and where that comes from and how they'll try to test you and how they'll try to come at you to test the boundaries. For example, Terry Crews, you saw what happened to him. If you're a heterosexual black man, especially if you're a big burly black man, these white dudes will try to see how much they can get away with as far as buck breaking. Little shit like that, you better understand how it works. When you get pulled over by a race soldier, you better know how to conduct yourself. No matter how much money you have, you riding around in an expensive car, and you get pulled over by a race soldier, and you start yelling about, "Hey, I know my rights, and I'm a lawyer, and I got this." Dude, that person has a green light to off you based on race. You need to know that. When you do business, you need to know people at the permit office or certain entities that gatekeep paperwork. You better understand that these people have white supremacist views, so you better know how to navigate that. You better know how to get certain people on your team who can walk in certain doors for you and do your bidding for you. Little stuff like that, little nuances there. You better know how to play past it. Yeah. So understanding and navigating through white supremacy, that's one way you can become successful once you understand it and look at it from a logistical standpoint instead of an emotional. We get emotional about white supremacy. We know we got to get over the emotion and just understand we're in a war. It's warfare. So we have to think strategically all the time. Everything is a chess move. We got to start thinking in terms like that. We had some kind of Becky in here. She was putting up laugh emojis. Where'd she go? Where'd that Becky go? It looked like she had on a MAGA hat. We had a Becky in here. Where did MAGA Becky go? I wanted her to get on. We had a MAGA Becky in here, and I would have liked to talk to her to see what was on her mind. All right, MAGA Becky, you want to get back in here? She probably had some Rice Krispie treats on the oven, and she had to turn down the heat because they will get burnt up. Oh man! But let me see. Let's get Adam. Adam in here. Let's get Adam. Adam, hop on.
Hey, Tariq, I want to know why you have Arabic last name.
Well, because man, I had to marry your mom and take her last name so she can get a green card. And once she got the green card, that bitch moved to Atlanta and went off with some niggas at the underground, and I ain't seen her. So
You
where is
know,
she?
you know your last name is a female last name. It means beautiful one.
And do you know your mother's titty is missing because it got blown off during a civil war over in Iraq, and we're supposed to get it fixed. And I gave her the money, and she ran off. So I want my titty money
Uh,
back.
why
Okay,
do you why do you try to be like
tell your
Arabs?
mother I want my titty money back. Your mother
Even
owes me.
why do you try to be like
Okay,
Arabs? The black people love the
Adam,
Arabs. You take our culture.
Adam, Adam, and that your accent is horrible. That's not even a good Arabic accent. You're clearly a Hispanic. All right,
You take our
that's
culture.
not
Even Timberland,
no
he big pimping
dude.
is an Arabic sample. You take our culture.
Your your Arabic accent is horrible, sir. You sound like you got some falafels with Goya powder on it. You have a Hispanic accent that you're trying to hide, sir. Why are you not trying to be yourself, Adam?
If not Hispanic,
Yes, you are, Adam. It's okay, brother. It's
for
okay.
Saudi Arabia,
Okay, say something in Arabic.
Muslim,
Muslim? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Say Goya.
Goya.
Okay, nigga, if you don't get your ass and take yourself back to Chipotle right now, brother, you are not fooling nobody. You are not fooling anybody, sir. All right. All right. But microphonecheck.com. Everybody go to microphonecheck.com. I'm assuming there's a lot of people in here, man. It's like almost 900 people in here. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are probably overseas. A lot of you guys are probably in the UK and places like that. So shout out to the UK family. I want to get back out there to chop it up with the UK family, man. I really miss the UK brothers and sisters. And, they got a ban on me in the UK. I'm banned from the UK, but I'm trying to work on that to get back over there to kick it with the family. So let's get Elephant Talk. Elephant Talk, hop on, brother. Elephant Talk. Elephant, let's try it, man. Come on, man. I don't want to slow the momentum down. I hate when I have to slow the vibe down. So let's get Vibe. Speaking of Vibe, hop on.
Hey, what's
Vibe,
going on? Yeah, what's going on, Tariq? How you doing, my man?
I'm good, Vibe. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Let me give you your flowers, man, while you here, man. You doing a great job, you know, uh, creating this space for us, to have our voices being spoken. It's not a lot of
Yeah.
people that's doing that. So I got to give you your flowers while you here, brother. Well, I want to say something real quick. Uh, I'm from California. I'm from Los Angeles. My family came here from the South, from Louisiana, and my
Yep.
family been here since the 1930s. It was a lot of women. My great aunties, my great grandma came over here, um, and they established a nice. It's crazy how the FBA women established in the 1930s coming over here, and they established something pretty good. One of my great aunties has 4 homes in the San Pedro area of California. And let me say
Yeah.
this. I'm about to be honest. Let me say this because we've been in our family for a minute of not selling them homes. Even if you go down to the Vermont district, the Crenshaw district, they've been always trying to buy those homes out of us. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the FBA brothers down there in the Crenshaw area and the Vermont area, we have a big stronghold because a lot of those homes is owned by some of our great grandmothers and our grandma. So they always come in and be, oh, 6 million. They just offered one of my cousins 5 million. In the Vermont
Wow.
district, but we all got on code as a family. Like, nah, we gotta always have a staple here. They always try to push us out. So, and a lot of my family, some of my family has even written the homes that they have to Latinos, and it is what it is on that. They're getting paid for that, but they're not selling it. See, that's the thing, and we're really on code of not selling our property to these people that really want it, and that they're trying to really
Yeah.
like get us out of here. Because if you go down to Moreno Valley, I'm in Moreno Valley right now. It's a lot of us out here. They pushing
Yeah.
us in Moreno Valley, Riverside, Rancho, Ontario. It's a pretty big black community out here, to be honest, because they're pushing us out
Oh
from
yeah.
LA because a lot of us is selling those homes. You know what I'm saying? And those homes is really the homes of like our great grandmothers in 1950s, 60s. They owned homes and they passed it down. A lot of them homes, even in the grimy areas, they costing 4 or 5 million per. And it's like, and sometimes so that right there, we have to always be careful. But I'm gonna land my plane with this. I want to ask you a question on this too. What is the origin of lowriders in California? Because I was talking to a Latino dude, and he said that he was like, man, yeah, we do have, a part of hip hop, man. We do kind of can own hip hop a little bit because we had low riders and black videos back in the day. It's like, so that's what I wanted to ask you about, really. But I'm gonna land my plane right
Right.
there. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. A lot of folks don't know, man. A lot of the lowrider culture, they try to attribute it to the Hispanics, man. It was black folks um, in the 40s and 50s down in San Diego who started to lower them cars. I forget, it was a brother, I can't remember his name, but it was the brothers down in San Diego, late 40s, early 1950s. And this was hydraulics didn't even exist at the time. So they were using a lot of tools from the war and all of that from the military surpluses to rig the cars and lower them and trick the cars out. We were tricking those cars out early on. They used to call it the Dago dip, if I'm not mistaken. I think when they used to lower those cars, instead of a lowrider, they used to call them the Dago dip. And it was a shop out there in San Diego doing it in the 1950s. And understand, we were tricking out cars. We've been doing that. The hustlers would do that back in the 30s. Like Iceberg Slim talked about those hustlers and players that would have all those tricked out cars. So we've been doing that. That was a hustle thing. Yeah, that's always been something that we did, and then other people kind of picked up on it. So we really need to understand that history. All right. Damn, my dog is. Let's get Niter. My dog is loud as shit, man. Niter.
It's Nightcrawler. You know.
Hold on, white supremacists. Calm down. Calm down with your racial epithets. All right, now calm down. Now let's talk without the racial epithets. Let's
We
watch
can
your
do
mouth.
that.
Oh
We
yeah,
can do that. Let's have a conversation for once.
right. Okay, there you go. You don't suck your mother's breast with that mouth. Okay, so where
Nigga,
you
stop
from,
the
sir?
cap. Anyhow,
Oh no. Watch your little white supremacist mouth.
but
Okay,
I
now where you from,
broke
sir?
you last time, Wachid.
Well, now where you from, sir? Let's go. Where you
Are
from?
are you recovering from the time I said that you're exhibiting a modern day minstrel show? I don't think you have. You've just been coping ever since. It's kind of funny. Holy shit.
I, sir, I don't even remember you. I speak to so many white supremacists, and I just don't recall you, sir. So when did we
That's
speak, and
not
what did we speak, Mr. White Supremacist? So when did we speak? I don't remember, sir. Did you drop your meth pipe on the phone? It's mute. I don't have you muted, sir.
Yeah, it's called a double mute, you fuck nigger. Anyhow, if you know anything about the causes that you pretend to care about instead of actually just raping them relentlessly of money because you don't care really about. So what?
Sir, you're projecting your little dirty white
No, no,
supremacist
no. Clearly
views,
not.
sir. Yes, you are, sir. You're projecting your filthy white supremacist views. But go ahead. Let's go,
Dude, you're
Bob. Go
acting
ahead.
as if I have to go, but you're the guy that's going to go out of your own cause when they realize they're supporting a dude that's an entertainer. You're not a leader. You're an
I'm not.
entertainer.
You're right. I'm not a leader.
Exactly. You just
I've never
admitted to
claimed,
being an entertainer and not a leader. So instead of,
her, Mr. White supremacist. This is why you guys are so angry. You guys are about 10 years behind everything. Well, you white supremacists are just, it takes you a minute to catch up on things. That wasn't a gotcha, sir. You're not having a gotcha moment. I've never claimed to be a leader, sir.
that's definitely
And
cap, buddy.
and stop trying to use black terms, sir. Stop trying to use black terms.
I'm
The
sorry, my
only
fuck.
the only cap is the cap you use for heroin. But go ahead, sir. All right.
I don't do heroin, but continue to fucking shame.
And sir, as a white supremacist, you're supposed to have a better phone than that. I know your trailer park doesn't get good reception. All right. So you have to go on top of the trailer park and turn the antenna to the left, counterclockwise. So let's
Once
try it
again,
again.
just proving my point is correct. Go ahead, Tariq. Continue to be a fuck nigger.
Okay, sir. The nigger term doesn't bother me because you are a
Well, it clearly does. You know, it's
because
some.
doesn't because this nigger is gonna be here on the planet when your low birth rate ass is gonna die out. So I'm
Well,
going
I
to.
hope I get the chance to meet you one day, Tariq. I really
Oh no,
do.
it's gonna be a bunch of niggas here when you white
Oh
supremacists,
yeah, you're a pussy. You can't fight your own fights.
sir, with your little low birth rate ass. The nigger genes can get you right up out of here, can't they? All right.
Yeah, I mean, when you mute every 2 minutes or
Yes, sir. But I mean that them nigger genes can get you right the hell on up out of here, can't they? Huh?
they can get Jews right the hell up on here. Come on, let's go. Up top.
You too. It can get you up out of here. Them white women in your community, they're getting that.
Nah, nigga, you're fucked. You're fucked. This is your leader.
No. No, sir. Them nigga
This is
jeans,
your leader, guys. This is your
them,
fuck.
them nigga jeans are tearing your little white supremacist community up, aren't they? That's why you're mad. That's why you're mad because the white women are choosing on the brothers, and it's getting you up out of here, and you upset
Tariq,
about
if we can just have a conversation instead of you just muting the whole time, that'd be great.
But no,
I'm
but no, it's you yelling nigger. I mean, you're a one trick.
Well, hold on. That's not true. That's just simply not true, Tariq. You're
You're a,
lying once again. Cark sucking.
you're, you're a one trick pony white supremacist with a low birth rate. You're about to go extinct, so you don't know what to do. One of your brethren just shot up a bunch of people. You white supremacists are losing your minds right now, aren't you?
I am so happy. I'm not losing my mind. I'm so happy that you're doing our job much quicker. Like, I'm not even a white supremacist. I just hate fucking niggers.
Well, that's a white supremacist, sir. That's what a white supremacist is. And I can understand with them low birth rates in them white supremacist communities, them birth rates are tearing y'all asses up. You're about to be extinct pretty soon. So when you get to white supremacist hell, what kind of music are y'all gonna play? Y'all gonna play some Britney Spears down there? I would like to know what the playlist down there on white supremacist hell, because that's where you're going.
We play King Von, dude. What the hell?
No,
Stop
no,
cark sucking, faggot.
no, 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 no. No. You're gonna play some Justin Timberlake. That's what y'all gonna play down there. Y'all gonna be having it popping.
Nigga, we play King Von, you fuck ass nigger.
No, 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 no. Well, you
I got a
fantasize.
little hot there. You get me bothered sometimes, Tariq.
No,
You're
no, no.
great.
You fantasize being a masculine black man, but we know that you're sitting over there in a pink thong right now, sir. Wondering why those birth rates are very low and why you're so moist. All right. Anyway, Bob, any last words other than yelling the N word over and over again, like that's doing something? Go ahead.
Yeah, clearly what I wasn't doing, but keep sucking cark and being off code.
Did you say Kark? Lord, you must be from Wisconsin. Quit sucking Kark. Um, Cody, you are doing the most. But anyway, Cody,
Where
and
can I find this, Tariq? Where can I find this? On
I
Pawnee Watts?
anyway, Cody,
Just say cark sucking again. I just need it for the clip one more time.
Cody, go and do something about them low birth rates. Go find you a nice Anglo
My
woman.
name isn't Cody, sir.
Cody, hey,
You're
go
not
find
offending me, sir.
Cody,
You're not
Cody,
even.
Cody. Go find you a nice Anglo gal. Pry her mouth off the brother, and then you try to get her to procreate with you so that you can keep them birth rates going. But you got to pry that mouth off the soul pole. All right, can you do that?
You keep grifting, Tariq. Back to you.
Okay, and you keep smoking meth in your grandma's trailer park and keep it playing. All right, Cody, you'll be good. All right, got the angry white supremacists chiming in. You know how they get down, man. So let's see who else we got in here. We got it on and popping tonight. Um, and by the way, microphonecheck.com. That's the website. Let me get one more call because I've been on here. Shit. Okay, I've been on here for damn near 3 hours. I didn't know it was on here this long. I've been on here for a minute. Let's get one more good one. Ashante, I tried to get you on before, brother. Wait, hold on. I think it's about to come on now. Hold on. Ashante or Asante. Hop on, Asante. What's up,
I'm
Asante?
good, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Where you calling
I'm
from?
calling from Cape Town, South Africa. Sorry about earlier. My microphone, I don't know, my browser was not allowing my microphone to come through. But yeah, all I wanted to say, because I wanted to chime in about the other gentleman that was talking about what hip hop, saying that it's not influencing anything. Like, let me tell you something about like the influence that hip hop had over here, like even before the internet. Like that was back in the late '80s. So the power that hip hop has, like even to this day, you know, you don't need no corporate companies to push hip hop culture, because hip hop culture in itself is the biggest culture in the world, which was created by foundational Black Americans. And this narrative that I'm hearing today, like there was Puerto Ricans or Jamaicans that were involved in it. Like I don't know where the hell that came from, because we all know that it was foundational Black Americans that created this great culture. So I cannot wait for your
Yeah,
documentary to come through and to speak the truth, so that everybody knows the truth and the lies needs to stop. And I'm 100% in support of the FBA culture.
much respect, man. I
Mm.
really appreciate that. Thank you
Thank
so
you, sir.
much, fam.
All right.
All right, let's shut it down because I've been on here for damn near 3 hours. Shit, I didn't know I was on here this long. But man, look, it's very interesting conversations. A lot of ops, but it's cool. A lot of good conversation. Try to be as constructive as possible. Family, can everybody go to microphonecheck.com and get involved with the new film? We have 7 days left for everybody to get involved with the new film. This is history, and it's going to pop off. And you guys, y'all have a great weekend. Papia Kute and Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.